November 12th. Board to order. Staff, could we please have a roll call?
Chair Roberts,
Present.
Vice Chair Ganella,
Here.
Board Member Anderson is currently absent. Board Member Barton.
Here.
Board Member Idell. Going to be absent. Board Member Alvarez will be absent today, and Board Member Battersby.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Okay, great.
Very good, thank you. Are there any public comments this evening, either in person or online? Seeing none, how about any board comment? Any board comments this evening?
Can I just make a comment that I want to thank our staff for all the work they did at Palm Springs Pride over 2 weeks ago. You guys did an amazing job, and I want to thank you for all that hard work. I know it goes unthanked often, and so thank you guys both for all that hard work. It was so amazing. Thank you.
And also to you. Yes.
Thank you.
While we're thanking the Villagefest Halloween Festival was absolutely spectacular. So if you missed it, you missed another great event. On behalf of the board here this evening, I'd like to take an opportunity to welcome all of you. Thank you for being here. You are what makes Villagefest work. And we've been doing this for 30+ years. So this is a premier event in Palm Springs, and we're glad you're here. We're anxious to see your expertise and what you have to bring before us tonight. A little bit about the procedure. There are 4 board members here this evening, and we will give you up to 5 minutes to convince us that you should be added to the Villagefest venue. At 5 minutes, you don't have to take 5 minutes, but at 5 minutes, we'll cut you off and begin to ask you some questions. So that's how we'll proceed. Board Member Anderson is not here, but Board Member Battersby will keep time. So at 4 minutes, he'll give you a warning and let you know where you are on that. So we look forward to hearing what you have to say. If you are in the arts and crafts category, please be aware that we consider this to be an artisan event, not an arts and crafts event. So what we're looking for is for you to make at least 75% of what it is you're selling to us. While stringing beads on a necklace is beautiful, we don't consider that artisan. We consider it arts and crafts. If you were to polish those beads and drill those beads and put clasps on the chain, we would consider that. So keep that in mind. That's what we're listening for when you come up and talk. We'll call you up in just a minute. Jonathan Espinoza,
I'm here.
do you need to set up? Why don't you set up over there? We're not ready for you yet, but you get ready and set up, and we'll call you in just a few minutes. Okay. Consent calendar.
The agenda.
That's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can we get a motion to approve the agenda for this evening?
I'll move to approve the agenda for this evening.
I'll second.
Thank you. Let us vote. Celia,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
I vote yes. And
Yes.
Mitchell. Very good. We cannot approve the minutes from the last meeting because Celia wasn't here and we don't have a quorum to do that. So we'll move that to our next meeting. Very good. First up, we're going to move from the agenda just a little bit because of a time constraint from one of our current vendors on the street. Eric Menendez, if you'd like to come up.
Oh.
Hi, when you're ready, push the button and we will start the time.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I will. You want to pass those?
Sure.
Your way. So we're happy to be back. And we. Here, I'll take it. Put that way and take this one for you.
Okay.
Brown note face. Right.
It represents us too, like we're all brown bags and things.
So, we came about a year, it was last March, I think, with Patty Cake.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, remember? And we were only able to come for three or 4 weeks, I think, our event was happening. You know, we were a group of small businesses in 29 Palms, so we just didn't have the resources to staff it. As I have learned, takes a village to put this on. And Faith does an amazing job. She's wonderful to work with, and I give her all props. And Mitchell, it was great working with you at Pride this weekend. I volunteered on the medical team, so.
You did an amazing job. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So what we have done when I came back, we have recently tried to reactivate this, but a problem that I found in the high desert is we have very limited resources. So it's like, it's hard for us in 29 Palms to have all the staff to put together the booth. So we are kind of rebranding as a new nonprofit as Joshua Tree Gateway Communities Alliance. And what we look in your bag, it has information on events that are in Yucca Valley, Joshua Tree, and 29 Palms. If you look at this actually was just this weekend, it was the Yucca Valley Film Festival. I had limited quantities of people left, so you might not have one of your thing, but this was a really great event. It was almost like a world-class film festival. It was great. And then this was our book festival. It happened the same weekend. So they had a whole thing on our film production process at 29 Palms that we've established. A lot of great authors came out. It was really great. We've also had other events like film festival or we had a queer film festival. And then we had Pioneer Days, which is our annual thing in 29 Palms we do. It's a great event. 29 Palms have road state days, but I don't have a flyer for that and so forth. But in any case, our goal is to establish a weekly presence, and we have been for 7 weeks or so. We have a great booth. What I'm proposing to do and what I would love to do, I don't have a detailed information ready. I'm happy to come back when we're ready to do this, but we would like to showcase educational opportunities because what our 4 pillars are advocate, educate, innovate, and like part of it. I mean, there's another one, but anyways, our goal is educate mainly. So we want to be able to like educate people about the park. And one thing that I have in your bags are a Desert Institute through the Park Association. It's their education initiative. So there's different classes that they have throughout the year, like desert safety, wildlife, flowers and fauna, things like that. So maybe give them the opportunity if they wanted to send someone from their organization down occasionally. Maybe artists, and we have our art tours. That was a big one at our booth. People are like, how do we get more information? Maybe have a live artist come down during that time. It would be dynamic. So it would be different than a typical every week artist. I know how you guys audition people here and stuff. So I would happily, work it out where we could maybe present a monthly agenda or whatever to Fate. And then if you wanted us to come before the board, we could. It's kind of something that is great. A lot of people are interested because what we're trying to do is we're not just including the high desert in this. Coachella, Indio, Desert Hot Springs, those are also gateway cities. They're kind of overlooked by, they're not overlooked. They're down here close to you, but they have common interests because they border the park, art tours, they have Friday nights in Pearson, things like that. So we're just trying to look to kind of band together our efforts. We will to fundraise, we're self-funded. I don't have any tourism agency up there funding us. It's hard to bring 2 government agencies and a county together. We've been fighting for that for years. We're making some headway. People are starting to receive it. But I think what's remarkable is we're getting more support from cities down here, like Palm Springs. I've talked to mayors in towns like Indio and Coachella and Desert Hot Springs. Not the mayors, I've talked to some council members in Desert Hot Springs who are interested in what we're doing. So I think everyone will kind of come on board with what we're doing, but our booth mainly is just education. It's just tourist information, basically. We do need to self fundraise, so kind of we will be bringing back some designs for half by local popular artists. And Faith explained the process that it would have to be branded with our logo and stuff. So we'll submit designs when I get those. And one of the things we are working on, this is a great new program, it's digital passport. So if you scan with the QR code, they can sign up for a digital passport. I have a free option on there too for anyone that just wants to follow it. It's called an associate membership, and we're going to be having merchants, specials, things like that people will be able to log on and go load a digital guide basically to show, hey, this is here, this is there, this is going on this weekend and so forth. So I do have a lot of interest with this, and we'll be doing some geofencing, and I'm actually presenting to some other big people down the hill that want to tie into this. And I think it's going to be beneficial to not only our people that come to the airport, but locals down here in the Coachella. I think it's very important to show people what we have up there and so forth. I think that kind of wraps it up for me.
You're at 4 minutes. Yeah.
Oh,
all right.
Any questions for Eric?
So you're gonna come back with your designs. It looks like you say sweatshirts, hats, shirts. So when you get those,
we'll submit them. Yeah, and I'm happy to come back and show you them just so you know what we're selling.
and what category would this is? This is a nonprofit.
Yeah.
So tonight, we're just voting on changing your
The
name.
name, and then my only other request, like I said, would be maybe if we could occasionally, once we do have an itinerary for like, say, an artist or someone that would want to come to promote a specific event, maybe give Faith the flexibility to move us into a more, spot where we can have a little room on the side to do an exposition and, a little expose, like, because I noticed like the art on the bus, they kind of park diagonally, they have a big space. We did have a brief space in front of La Plaza where we could do something on the side, something of that nature, just to.
Say more about that, because our spaces are defined, so.
They are, and that, I know, but she had certain spaces like the intersections where like the buses, like things are like kind of angled and so forth. And I know you said mentioned something about moving us down to Arenas or something, if there was a spot that would have a little more room, because what I'm thinking is just having somewhere where we could have like maybe a ranger or a volunteer service, or say Friends of the Desert Mountains. I've been talking to them. They would like to maybe work with us. I don't have an MOU or anything yet, but somewhere where we could have just a small exhibition space, so we're not packed in right in the middle, because it tends to create a roadblock because our booth is kind of popular. So, just, yeah, I'm happy to.
Are you asking for more space, or?
I mean,
I'm unclear on what it is you're
Well,
asking.
again, I think it would be dynamic. So, I would like to double booth if we could do that, but she mentioned sometimes you're tight for space, so I don't necessarily need it always.
Yes.
But I would just like to have it on the radar that if we can find a way to have like an artist or a musician or someone that it correlates with an event that's going on, to maybe have that little extra space or the ability to do it if space permits.
Now, an
That's not-
artist or a musician would be a different category. I mean, that's another category in Village Fest.
I think he's talking about educational.
Well, I wouldn't have them there. I would have them there to maybe just promote like a studio up there. Obviously they wouldn't be selling their work or doing, or asking for anything. It's just someone to get the high desert involved to show people what's up there. It wouldn't be it would just be it would be on a case by case basis. Like I said, I'm happy to come before the board, if that's, or just.
That's probably not necessary, like, they could be, just speaks to you and says, I need to have a double
Update you guys.
and move it, okay. I need to have him come back like every month, having to,
So just so I understand, he's talking about moving, so there is a,
I believe that, only on special occasions when he has like an art show or something like that, he would have an artist at the booth kind of thing. So like a little more space so we could accommodate an artist.
and he will coordinate that. through you.
Yeah. Mhm.
Understood.
Yeah, sounds great.
Any other board questions for Eric?
no, I just think it's very important for the public to kind of know that there's more
Yeah.
there.
Me too, it's just like, we're all volunteer now, we're really trying to get our tourism board to help us fund this, because it's, we undervalue our time here, and as Mitchell can attest, like volunteers are great, and the spirit of volunteerism is great, but like a lot of times people overlook the actual the value of our services, and I feel like it would be nice if we could have them kind of coordinate, kind of save money up there to help us cover the registration costs of the booth. I have a vendor that helps me set up and break down, but all right now it's all coming out of my pocket. I'm really trying to help Brady to figure out a way we can get them on board. They're coming along slowly but surely, but
Any other questions? How about a motion?
I move that we accept 29 Palms Downtown Business
we'll
Association.
be changing to Joshua Tree
Joshua
Gateway.
Joshua Tree.
Yeah, Gateway Communities and
Gateway
Alliance.
Community into.
Because before we were through Visit 29 through the association.
May I amend your?
Yes, you may.
Motion that he comes to Faith if he needs any space expansion due to.
Special events.
Yeah.
I need a second.
I'll second that.
Okay, let's vote. Mitchell?
Yes.
I say yes. Dan?
Yes.
Celia?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate
Welcome
it.
again.
Thank you. And you guys, it's a wonderful place to work. Thank you for squeezing us in. I'll get some more of the events here. If anyone would like to.
Next up is Jonathan Espinoza with Fresh Catch Tacos.
Just,
Hey,
Hi.
I'm Ms. Jonathan, his Martin, we're co-owners of Fresh Cash Tacos. It's something new that we brought into this valley. We started selling in Coachella. That's where our pop-up is usually, and it's been going great. Something new, something different. We brought in battered tacos, fish and shrimp, marlin tostadas, chiles burritos filled with cheese or batter as well. It's something new that we haven't seen around. That's what we decided. We used to work in a restaurant before for a couple of years, and we decided to bring our own thing into our own hands. And this came up, and
It's really good food. The people love it. The people like it. We have a lot of clients that go from Palm Springs to Coachella to try the food, and I think that is gonna be a great idea for everybody to having us here with you in the street fair. And I think that people around is gonna come to try the food because it's different taste, different flavor, all fresh. We also have aguas frescas. It's amazing, 100% homemade with everything.
Everything we brought to you guys is freshly made outside, and our friend from Valley Fusion helped us out with this food truck, and everything's basically fresh right now. If you guys like to have a try after. But like I said, it's something we started, and we're really positive about working. We like it's only a 2 1-man job, and it's been one for this. We started this year, and it's been growing ever since. And we like to join you guys. We've been looking at this Village Fest for a long time, and she probably knows we've been waiting on there a long time.
We have like 10 months trying to
We're
raise it.
trying to get here, but we're positive about everything, and if something comes up, we just want to be moving forward and keep doing our thing and helping with you guys, help you guys grow with our food, something new, something different. I'm pretty sure you guys don't have fish tacos or something.
This one is tacos, but it's not the kind of tacos. It's no asada tacos,
There's
no
no beef,
chicken.
nothing. It's just
It's
all
cream, it's fish, gobernador. The taste is amazing. Everything is amazing.
Where do you source your fish?
We get it from Restaurant Depot. So every time we use something, we buy at Restaurant Depot, and what we use. That's what we buy.
Is it fresh or frozen?
Usually it's trying to be fresh. It's not. Sometimes we buy fresh if it's available, but most of the time, sometimes it's frozen.
Okay.
And do you have a food truck or are you setting up a booth with?
Oh, it's a booth. Basically everything lift up, sits like it's supposed to be. Everything coolers full of ice. We always have a cooler with just ice itself, just if we need more to get everything at temperature. Like I said, we worked in a restaurant for 3 years before, and we did a lot of events for their food truck they had at that restaurant. So we kind of we're familiar with all that, and we decided to do our pop up now and try to bring it to you guys.
Is that something you're hoping to do in the future, a food truck?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, we sorry about that. We try to make this one in big, we want a food truck, we want a restaurant, because we have a lot of clients that we say that love the food. So we used to start this.
And this is one of our biggest steps to come here, because we started just selling it's basically starting a pop up where nobody basically knew us. A lot of people kind of know us a little bit in our area. We're trying to go different places to get that growth or our business to be a little bit to get to that spot, and definitely you guys are good fine for us to be there, bring you guys more different little tastes. And I'm pretty sure, or I don't know if you guys have it yet, but I'm pretty sure you guys have it.
Are you cooking in the booth or are you just assembling?
Well, it's ready to cook basically. So what we use
So all
is,
the fish is already cooked?
no. So we cook it on the spot. Wherever we're gonna use, everything's kept at temperature. So whenever we're gonna use it, it's basically just grab from where it's on the cooler where it's full of ice and temperature and put it in the deep fryer. And then just serve.
They would deep fry.
So we don't keep it there, And then we have steamers, we have a fryer, we have the
Okay.
what's called
The
flat grill, the flat top. So we have everything
Right.
to keep it warm if it needs to be.
Can you pass it around?
Yeah, can we try, please?
Thank you.
We're at 4 minutes.
Oh, I don't know how am I gonna pass those.
So
There you go. I'm open this for you guys. These. Tenemos Facebook. So what we have here on the right side is gonna be the fish tacos. In the middle is gonna be the shrimp, and then on the side they have marlin tostadas. And let me give you a plate right now. Second, where can I put this?
You have food?
They're in the truck. I need to get. Yeah. Okay. Where can I put this? Those are the chiles bonitos. They're battered and they're filled. Some are filled with cheese, and then some are filled with chopped shrimp, and it's real good. And then those right there next to you are the marlin tacos. It's marlin cooked with bacon on the flat top and veggies, and then we put 2 dressings on there, chipotle dressing and a serrano dressing. And this right here are the gobernador tacos, so it's chopped shrimp, the ones we put inside of the chiles. And yeah, once we in the middle, those are the ones with shrimp in it.
300 plates.
We're trying to get some plates.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
There you go. This is a hibiscus. And we should have hibiscus and horchata. Yeah, let me give you this right now. One for every, if you don't mind.
So we're at 5 minutes.
So you kept on saying that it's different, I guess.
Sorry.
So, I guess my question is, but they're traditional tacos, right? They're seafood, because usually there's a lot of meat on the tacos, right? Is that
Right,
right?
to be honest with you, I'm sorry, I'm gonna put this right here, you're gonna press it. And there's the other things. That's please wrong, you can see grab one. So I say it's different because I've worked in restaurant and I've never seen. Every time you go to a fish stall, it's only coleslaw and they give you just a white thing on the top for a fish taco. We try to make it with a little different flavors, different
Okay.
dressings. We make our own homemade dressings. It's nothing,
Hey, this one is a little pepper,
Thank you.
shrimp.
this is the marlin.
And this is what?
Estos los que no tienen camarón, ¿verdad? This will be only chiles güeros, only have cheese in them, and they're bad. If you want to grab one of these, the marlin.
I'm gonna have this.
Okay.
Shrimp.
Okay.
That's the short shrimp. This will be the marlin tacos.
That one is sheep, pig.
And just the same thing. It's like a pork quesadilla with the meat in the inside and then the dressing on top. Sorry. Okay, sounds very good. Yeah, with it?
Yeah.
It's the marlin.
This one is the tostadas,
Can we give you
marlin,
the-
this is the shrimp tacos and fish tacos. You want.
This right here, the chili burritos filled with cheese. If you were trying to be a little bit, on the side of, if you don't see this in a public, basically, that's not.
These are cheese or?
That's only cheese. This is shrimp on the inside.
Is there-
Yeah, I'll take it.
this?
Oh, those are shrimp. This one has shrimp in there, so we like them.
I'm not big.
Okay.
This one is the marlin tostadas.
I'm good, I got.
Right.
That's very good.
Anyone wanna try this
Yeah.
one?
Really
This
good.
one is the marlin tostadas. I have shrimp tacos and fish tacos.
You guys need more utensils? Let me know and I'll pass it.
We put chipotle dressing, cilantro dressing, and serrano dressing, a little spicy, I think. With toast, all the flavors. Tastes good.
And one thing we recommend is the sauce. It's really good. It's a little different, it's like, I don't know if you ever heard, when you go to like a Mexican restaurant, taqueria, they give you vampiros, which is a hard shell with cheese, and then we put the marlin on top, avocado, chipotle sauce, a little spicy sauce, black sauce, and some green onions on top. So it's just a little bit different flavors. And like I said, thank you. It's a little spicy, but it gives you the little kick that it needs, Because the chipotle is not spicy, it's basically more of a flavor. Chipotle.
Delicious.
Are these homemade tortillas also?
No, they're not homemade.
Not yet.
That's okay, they're good, where we got, they're really good.
But all the, what is it?
Ingredients.
All the ingredients,
No, the dressings.
The dressing is homemade, the variety is
delicious.
homemade.
Good job.
I don't think we have it.
No,
I know.
that's well done.
You're here to eat, but yeah.
The food is delicious.
Thank you, appreciate you.
This is the best part of the job, by the way.
You guys do that, you guys-
There's good.
Any other board questions for, Jonathan and Martine?
No mouthful. No, it's delicious.
Appreciate you guys.
Well done.
Jonathan, if you and Martine would come back, I think we're ready to,
Oh, sorry. Carried away.
I think we're ready to make a decision.
Like I said, we're people persons. We like to keep you guys happy, it's like, and that's what we show at our booth. Every time somebody shows, we're trying to give them what they need and what they deserve. And it's great food and great attitude for everybody.
Good.
And that's what we try to bring to you guys.
Well, let me say to you, I think you've made a smart decision to come to Villagefest.
Thank you.
We have several restaurants in town that launched at Villagefest.
Okay.
Abby Carter, who won American Idol,
Yes, I-
was an entertainer at Villagefest. So this is a great place to
And
start.
heyday.
And Heyday Burger, yeah, so
No, like I
good
said,
place.
we've been thinking about you guys for a long time. It's
was
hadn't got-
happening.
it was a time, it's a process like everything. You gotta start somewhere and then eventually keep moving up, and that's what we wanna keep doing.
Their emotion.
I'll move that we accept
Fresh catch.
Fresh Catch into Village Fest.
I'll let our foodie.
I absolutely will second that.
Let us vote. Celia,
Yes.
Dan, can you vote?
Yes.
Yes. Mitchell,
Yes.
congratulations.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you. You know, it means a lot for us, and thank you.
We're happy to have you.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you on the
If anybody
street.
wants, we'll put it on the table if you guys want to grab it.
Next up is Rana Badir. Rana, you here?
Oh, I'm okay, thank you. Over for chili reals?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Fill her tray up.
Right.
So I'm with, my name's Rana with Sweet Earrings. Definitely not the edible version of what you guys.
It's not our dessert.
But maybe if you guys, get hungry or not, you guys could nibble on each other's ears. I don't know.
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
So a little bit about me. I started this as a hobby. I went through some hardships in my past and I kind of just channeled all my energy into art. And I went ahead and started creating this stuff and I met someone at a gem fair who saw me wearing my earrings and made a comment on them and then just wanted my help with like packing up. And then he said, oh, if you ever want a free space on my booth, you should come on down and advertise your stuff. And so that's kind of how I kind of got into the industry. I started advertising with him and I did the Jogs fair here in Palm Springs in 2021, I believe, or 22, in Palm Springs.
What festival was that?
Jogs.
Oh,
Job fair.
Yes, and then I also went to the Gem Fair in Tucson, Arizona with him. And then I met a lot of people there who were like, oh, you should have your own little business. Why don't you get your permit? And so I really thought into it and started doing that. I did some research and about a year ago, I got my license or my permit. And then I started going to COD at College of the Desert and also different side events. And then everyone would tell me to come here, that my stuff is, you know, from scratch, that I should present it here at Villagefest. And so it took me some time, but I'm here today and want to show you guys what I do. So I'll pass these around. I started doing earrings is the first thing I did. And then I started creating keychains and necklaces. And these are all made with real fruit. So
keys or whatever are those.
those are mine. Oh, so these are horoscope necklaces. So for your birthday month, I have air, fire, water, and
Are these lucite? Is it lucite? What is the?
They're fruit.
they're fruit. So there's fruit in them. And I also
What's the
make
blue fruit?
earrings. So it's the water signs, which is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And so I did the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and more an earthy color, the air signs and more of a yellow color, the fire signs and more of a red color, and they all have fresh fruit in them. And then these are earrings that I make as well.
So what is the, so,
I'm confused.
yeah, me too. So what is the coating on these? I know there's fruit inside.
Yes, so I
What's-
use like resin.
Okay, that's what I was.
Mhm.
What means there's fruit
Said
in it? Is
recycle.
it ground up fruit? That
Mhm.
means- and how would it be this color?
Well, I heighten the water, but there's blueberries in there. There's kiwis in the green one. There's yellow dragon fruit and lemon in the yellow. There's orange and strawberry. I always get people to put it out.
Dragon stick.
And then just a few more. I have pink dragon fruit, which are very hard to find and make.
Nice color.
Guava, and I did put some glitter in those. I'm wearing the oranges and I have the half oranges as well.
So I see that the back of the keychain pendant are concave, like hollow and rough. Is that by design or is that just how these come out?
Well, I use a mold for those parts, so it's just the way the mold is when I put the fruit and everything in it and the way it sets.
So in other words, it settles basically if you pour it in.
Mhm. And then I wait for it to dry and then I remove it. And then I also make the necklaces, which are similar to the keychains.
Those are cute. These are, oh yeah, in your pocket too. I was thinking about.
And then these are the necklaces. And then I also made like a strawberry necklace. I still haven't made too many of the fruit ones, but slow progress. And then during like the
You're at
holidays,
4 minutes.
okay, during the holidays, I'll also make little things like Christmas
Yeah.
ornaments
Oh, that's
with
great.
with
Those
the,
are
with the
amazing.
fruit.
Those will sell out.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get the Christmas speech in a minute.
So is it not possible to make them smooth on the back as well as on the front? Is it,
I don't know if I
Would
have to
using
get a
more
different
acrylic?
mold.
Why does that matter?
Huh?
Why does that matter?
to be honest, I wouldn't buy it, it's just rough on the back and I'm afraid it would fall in my pocket.
Is it
And
too,
the thing
is
with
it too solid and that's why, or?
No, the
like-
back is concave, so it has like sharp edges.
Mhm.
and I
So do you
found-
think
yeah.
if they were softer that you would, that maybe more people would
Well, it's,
prefer
if
that?
the
'Cause
back didn't have the gully, if it was as smooth as the front, yeah.
Mhm. I do sometimes, so sometimes I will make them softer as well, so maybe I will bring those if
But he
that.
has a
Or
good, he has a
Can you
good,
grind the edge or something to sort of smooth? it?
Yes, I can.
yeah, he's concerned about.
The sharpness.
Sharpness,
Yes,
that makes sense.
absolutely.
I hadn't even thought of that.
Cause a little rough. Oops, sorry.
These are good, have the back of it's almost hollow, like concave. Just wondering if putting more resin would actually.
I can definitely shave them down to where it's smoother.
But you fill them right to the top of the mold with the resin
Yeah,
and then it pulls together.
yeah.
Because we've had people making other things out of resin, and I have to say that the back of it was smooth. I don't know if they rounded it down or if they did a different process that made the resin not.
Yeah, they may do a different process.
Yeah, because if you wrap this on, if this is on your neck.
Yeah, yeah. On your, if it was the decolletage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, this is very rough.
But you wouldn't be moving, I mean, you wouldn't get that. It's- Certainly,
You wouldn't
but
have
it
the
wouldn't be
pressure.
moving that much or with that much force.
Okay, cool.
Wouldn't that maybe just a personal,
Yeah, yeah, that's my,
No, but everyone has a preference too, so I would like to cater to everyone's
Yeah.
preferences, so. Thank you for the feedback.
Great idea, though.
Any other board questions for Ronald?
certainly is unique. We don't have any fruit jewelry.
It's different.
Are you
We
going
do
to,
flower.
are you going to tell the
the
story of what this is and how, that it's really fruit? I mean, I think that's important.
Oh, sure.
That's what makes it very unique.
It is, yeah, so, my story, my background is with the hardships that I've had, my life was still pretty fruitful during the times that I've experienced, so that's kind of how I got into this. And the process is obviously drying them because they would rot if I did not. And then I coat them, I drill them, I put the fish hooks and everything into myself.
Yeah, I only say that to you because we have a lot of jewelry vendors and so you need to stand out.
Yes,
You know, and that would be up to you to make sure that you tell your story and people,
Mhm.
the hundreds and hundreds of people walking by understand what it is you're selling.
absolutely.
Good.
And the only thing that comes close to looking anything like this is we did have a vendor who did foliage, desert foliage.
Okay.
Little flowers
Oh,
and
yeah.
stems and leaves, stuff inside of, again, resin.
Mm-hmm.
And she did pendants and she did bracelets and earrings and stuff. But other than that, there's nothing.
I'm glad it's different.
You will be unique.
Any other questions? How about a motion, please?
I'll move to approve Sweeter, is it Sweeter?
Sweetie.
Sweeter. Yeah.
Sweeter Rings, Arts and Crafts, yes.
I'll second.
Thanks.
Let's vote. Celia,
Yes,
Dan,
Yes.
I say yes. Mitchell,
Yes.
congratulations.
you.
Ronald.
thank you.
We will see you on the street. Mary Reuter. Did I say the name right?
You did, oh my God.
And Mary is Soaring Swine Acres.
Yeah.
Come on up, Mary.
Are you German?
No.
Because most people will not say that in English.
It's just special.
Okay, I was a special ed teacher. I didn't mean it that way.
Own it now, girl. Own it.
You said bring one of everything?
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. Would you pass those? Those?
If your mouth happy. 80. Goodness.
And I'm gonna give you two. If you would like to taste them, please take one of each. And I'll tell you about them if you want to pass them around.
Do we know intuitively which is?
It knows what it is on them. Okay, we have delicious doohickeys, which are a pickle. We have Cajun salsa. We have golden, no, I don't have golden plum. I have pumpkin butter. What else? Bubba's bourbon barbecue sauce.
That's the one I
And
know, that's what I.
My newest one, Valor, Uncommon Valor Jam.
So keep talking to us while you're
Oh,
doing
okay,
this.
so I can, okay. All right. Well, hello, my name is Mary Reuter, and I am a former teacher, taught for 38 years. I have been in business with Soaring Swine Acres for, oh goodness, over 12 years, since 2012. We make all natural jams, jellies, salsas, pickle. We also make herbal teas and tinctures and other wellness products. So we are quite diverse. Our jams and jellies are created from our own jams, jellies, and our pickles are created from our own recipes or family recipes. I have a couple of recipes from my mama, from Mississippi. And so we have quite a diverse array. We specialize in making things that you have never tasted before. And we create all of our own recipes. Let's see, I brought today, if you look at your brochure, we said bring one of everything. We make over 200 different things.
We're glad you did that.
Yeah, so it's too much to carry. So what I did was brought a sample of each of the lines. So this is our receta de mi familia, because I know I don't look it, but I am actually Mexican, and I was born and raised in New Orleans. This is champlamama salsa, and it is a very fruity, spicy salsa. If you don't know what a champlamama is, she smack you with her her sandal. So she'll smack you, but not too hard. In our pickle line, I brought our delicious doohickeys. Delicious doohickeys are actually dill pickled jicama. They keep their crunch. This is my brand new jam. We make a line of jams and jellies and barbecue sauces for the American hero, police officers, firefighters, veterans, and active duty service people. This is Uncommon Valor. This was made in honor of Yucaipa Police Deputy Castaneda, who saved two children and a mother from a train. Not too long ago.
What's the flavor in that?
I just now made
Like
it. So
strawberry and something.
it is peaches and strawberries and Jack Daniels.
Very good. That's very good.
This is pineapple
Lord.
chipotle. This is one of our Some Like It Hot lines. We make spicy jams and jellies also. This is from our fantasy line. This is troll boogers. And our troll boogers jam. I love to give it to little boys and not tell them what they're tasting until they tell me how much they love it. This is kiwi because boogers are green. Strawberries, pineapple because boogers are stringy, and little bits of strawberries because sometimes boogers are bloody. It is disgustingly
I could never eat
delicious.
it again now.
This is our pumpkin pie butter. We also make a drunken pumpkin butter. We make a line of sugar-free. This is our sugar-free plum. And if you tasted the one that said SF plum, this is sugar-free. You will not miss the sugar. And this is golden plums. We had some beautiful, we're able to get some beautiful golden plums this summer. This is our golden plum. Let's see. We make a line. This is Sal, the drunken pig.
You're at 4 minutes.
So this is our South Cajun salsa, Bubba's bourbon barbecue, and I will pour you some teas. This one is Happy Mount tea, and pass them along while you ask me questions.
Does it have Jack Daniels in it?
No. That's a whole different.
What is dinosaur egg jam?
Dinosaur egg jam. Hang on, I gotta think what's in it. I cannot remember the fruit. When you make 200.
Is it made for kids mostly?
But it has popping boba in it. So that when you bite into it, and those are the dinosaur eggs, it pops.
So are these all your recipes?
You betcha. Or my grandmother's. I have one recipe that is my best friend from high school's grandmother's recipe.
Nice. Those are the
Where
best
have
kinds
you
of
been-
recipes.
Sorry. Where have you been selling before?
We sold here for a very short time. But that was about 9 years ago. The only reason we didn't continue was because I was teaching at UCR at the time, and after I was approved by y'all, suddenly UCR changed my teaching schedule to Thursday night. So I sent my son and a friend who sometimes helps me with sales, and it just didn't work. So I had to wait until I could come back.
Thank you. Yep, we're at 5 minutes.
So are you just starting out again? Is that what you're
Oh,
saying?
no. We've been in business. So we've sold at Oakland. We've done, let's see, I've done some events here in Palm Springs. I can't remember if it was the Lions Club or the VFW. I had a store in Oakland, a very small little 10 by 10 kiosk. And now I have an 1,100 square foot store in
In where?
Ukaipa, because that's where I live.
Nice.
And I miss some of the tea.
So I'm gonna ask you a totally selfish question. If I see a million flavors on it,
It's with tea.
I had it.
Yeah, we're good.
We all got it.
We're good.
Oh,
Yep, we all got it.
Jams and jellies have a lot of flavor. Do you do anything with the air? Cause I noticed that's
yes,
like,
we do. We make ginger pear.
Right here.
I made a pear butter.
oh, ginger pear.
And I know I have another pear, but I can't remember what it is.
I asked because I noticed everyone who makes homemade stuff, almost no one does anything with pear. Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you why.
My
Pear
favorite
does
flavor.
not sell very well. Now, I make a ginger pear, really good. I make a pear butter, and those sell. But pear has a gritty texture, even when you make it into a jelly, or a jam rather, not a jelly.
I find it French fries are good, but yeah.
And where do you make these? Or do you make them?
No, I am not a cottage industry. If you're a cottage industry, you can only make about 15 products. So I rent a commercial kitchen in Ukaipa, and we make our products.
What staff do you have?
I am the maker. My son, when he is not working overtime, and occasionally my husband helps. Yeah, we do all.
But you do all the work, like from,
I make the labels. I make the product. I test the product on my friends.
so you're giving the recipes to the commercial kitchen who's making.
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, you're
You're
stir on the back.
That's what I'm shocked at.
Yeah. Because I rent a commercial kitchen.
So
And I
you have
go
a
in the
lot of
middle of the night.
inventory.
Yes. And I try to make what I know will sell well. The most of it.
What's the shelf life of this stuff?
I was just gonna ask.
A year to a year and a half is what the health department requires that I put on them. There you go.
But in reality, what's
Oh,
practical?
3-4 years.
Okay,
I will eat my jam and jelly when it's 4 years old.
yeah.
I do not sell it.
Can they be frozen?
Pardon?
Can any of this stuff be frozen? to be
No, if
preserved.
you freeze jam,
It
it gives.
crystallizes.
Okay,
The
no,
sugar
this
will-
is different. This is amethyst mist.
Oh.
This one helps, all of our teas actually are holistic remedies. And amethyst mist, happy now for when you had first, is for oral health. And amethyst mist reduces inflammation. I don't put any sugar or honey or anything in my teas.
Any other questions for Mary?
I'm dying to know how you come up with these names. Soaring Swine Acres.
I
and
know,
Brood
there's like
Acres.
dragon.
Okay, I was a special ed teacher for years. I'm a little bit unusual.
So do you have an online presence too? Do you?
Yes, we do. We have online, www.soaringswineacres.com and www.voodooqueentea.com.
Nice.
Really nice.
Mary, you mentioned tinctures.
Oh,
You didn't demonstrate.
these are our tinctures. My tia in Mexico was a curandera. A curandera is a healer with herbs.
Yep.
And so I took that up when I was in my 20s. And so I have been making teas and tinctures, well, just recently started making tinctures for over 40 years now. Tinctures, this one is called rougarou. A rougarou is a monster that lives in the swamp in Louisiana. This is for stress because stress is a monster. And so our teas and our tinctures have Cajun French names for the most part. You put a dropper full under your tongue, you hold it for at least 30 seconds, and then you swallow. It goes directly into your blood system because the blood vessels underneath your tongue are very close to the surface. Tinctures are the fastest, most efficient way to get herbs into your body. Teas will do the same thing.
Would you pass
That's
that,
right.
please?
Yes,
Have you make health claims on these?
no, there is the FDA warning, FDA has not evaluated this. But while I depend some on my tia's teachings, mostly I have a PhD from UCR. I read medical research. And so I make sure that there is science behind my teas and my tinctures. That's very important to me.
But there's been no testing, so you
No,
can't, you
and-
cannot make any claims.
Absolutely not. But I know what herbs can do. I'm 67 years old today. And
Happy
I
birthday.
take, thank you.
Wow.
And I take 0 medications because I've done herbs almost all my life.
Perfect.
This one has skull cap in it.
I'm a big fan of skull cap.
Herbs are a great
It
thing.
is.
Oh.
All right.
Any other questions for Mary?
No,
This would be a farmer's market, right?
Yes. All right, no other questions? Let's, is there a motion on the floor?
I'll move to approve Soaring Swine Acres.
I'll second.
Hey, let us vote. Celia?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
I say yes, and Mitchell.
Yes.
Congratulations, Mary.
Thank you very much.
See you on the street. Yes.
People love
Very
this
unique.
kind of stuff.
Yeah. Really.
Very unique.
It'll be special to food.
Everybody misses your grandmother.
Oh, and I forgot to show you all this. These are our feminine epigrams because I'm all about power to women.
And what's in
What
that
is it?
bag in the front?
What? See, I didn't have everything right in front of me. This is a very particular, our newest bath teas. Bath teas are soaked. And this one is called Mommy Me Time. This has herbs in it that are very, very good for new mothers. You put it in a sitz bath or you put it in a shallow bath and you soak and it helps soothe the skin and heal the wounds from childhood.
Wow.
Very good. Nice. Thank you very much, Mary.
Yes.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing you
On the street.
in the street.
All right, thank you.
And buying some of your jams and.
And you tell me what you'd like, we can make it. If you don't
For the
already.
pair. I'll get vanilla.
Vanilla.
I love.
There's a French label that doesn't, they're very expensive, a little tiny jar, it's like $20.
How much are your jams?
Our jams run from $12 to $14. If I put alcohol in them or special ingredients, like some of our fantasy jams actually have edible glitter, it raises the expense of it.
course.
So
All right.
those are 14.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Chandra Lounsbury. Chandra, did I say your name correctly?
Chandra.
Good. Please come up. Mountain Jewelry.
Yes, another jewelry company. Chandra. I'm originally from Anchorage, Alaska, which is where I started my journey on silversmithing. And I was very unhappy at my job at the post office, crying while I was driving down the street delivering mail, and so I thought I would.
Alaska.
And eight,
Yeah.
That's a big strong tip.
Yeah.
But you came to the desert, so
I
that,
know, right? And I found myself in the desert. So I took an online class, how to solder and stone set, and I learned how to make a ring, and I quit my job the next 2 weeks later and started learning this, and then COVID happened, so it became like all I did for 3 years. See? I worked with mainly a lot of.
You passed
capture-
it.
I started one.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So lots of turquoise, American mined turquoise. Most of it comes from the Audison claim in Tonopah, Nevada, which I had the pleasure of mining this summer myself. So soon to be also having my own stones.
what does that mean?
Oh, it's when you shape the stone into a cabochon, which is what you use in a bezel setting like this one.
Okay.
So you're doing your own stone polish.
Not yet. I have a whole bunch of roughs that I just mined this year, and then that's in the cards.
And you're mining them?
I mined them for the first time this summer, so that was a cool experience. But yeah, I do all the silver work. It all starts with wire and sheet, and I do all the work.
It's amazing you went from the US government to in just a matter of weeks.
Well, it was kind of something that I always wanted to do. I actually lived in my van in Seattle and drove it to Mexico to try and kind of, because there's so much silver down there, and I was like, maybe I can learn down here. That didn't work out, so I drove back home in my van and bought a house and got a dog and a whole studio.
Now you're here.
And
It's beautiful.
and then I just recently started doing men's rings too. Here's the first one I ever made. That's from you. Oh, yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Heavy, heavy,
They are
heavy.
definitely substantial, sturdy, and meant to last a lifetime.
Look at how beautiful that is.
So this is all sterling silver?
Sterling silver, yeah, I know, right? That one's not for sale.
This is huge.
But yeah, on the back of that one, you can see like there's a paisley design, and I use a texture plate on the back of that bolo tie you're holding.
Beautiful.
And I use a texture plate to roll it, and the paisley design on the back of that is what prints that on the back.
So are you doing these in a lot of different, I'm like, this fits me, right? But
Mhm.
are you doing it in a lot of sizes?
That's the first one I ever made, and I just did that like 2 weeks ago. So I'm planning on, those take quite a bit of time, so I usually just.
You need a model for,
Yeah, pretty proud of that one.
I think
Really
you would do
beautiful.
really well with men's rings.
Yeah,
I
they
don't think we have a whole lot
yeah,
of
men's
men's
rings
rings.
are a thing now. It's
Yeah.
Very, very.
Those take about 4 to 5 hours to make individually, so I was kind of going on the custom route and kind of showing off.
Yeah.
I'll make 1 or 2 and then take orders, because it's just so time consuming, and then if it's not the right size, it's better to make it for the person.
only turquoise or were you working?
No, I work with like white buffalo. I
Yeah.
think there's some white buffalo.
Yeah.
I have a lot of different stones, but mostly I'm just like turquoise. So,
Are you wanting to be a regular every week
yeah,
for the season or for the year?
for the season, so it'd be through May, I guess, right? Yeah.
Not in the summer?
I'm.
Not interested?
Just going back to Alaska.
I'll be the traveling, getting to higher elevation time. I'm in Joshua Tree, so I do the trading post on the weekends there.
Make sure you pass the other one.
Would love to come down here every Thursday.
We didn't see it.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, yeah. It was-
You were just busy.
You were just busy. with-
I was very busy.
Yeah, you were hand modeling.
You were like,
Let me
You're
make
4
sure.
minutes.
I was trying to figure out.
Any other questions for Chandra? Your work is beautiful.
It is.
Really,
It's
you
really
just
gorgeous.
This is what we call artisan.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
really, yeah.
Do you do any wide cups as well, or only the?
I can, yeah. I mean, I usually this is a wire
Yeah,
that I order and flatten on my rolling mill and stuff, but I've been wanting to do like larger
yeah,
pieces for sure.
and some even with a.
I can do
capstone on
anything.
them. Yeah.
Anything you want.
And is
There
that
you go.
sterling?
Yes, all sterling silver. I do have a few like gold filled bands that I sell that are really popular. That's really the only gold I'll work with because it's too expensive. And then I just started doing this. I have a little workbench and I bring it with me to my booth and
people
actually
like
make stuff there.
Oh, they love.
People love that.
Yes. And I think I would probably have to get a fire permit because I have to use a torch.
Uh,
So.
I don't know, does she need a fire permit to use the torch?
Yeah, that's just a
Fire extinguisher.
Have a fire extinguisher.
Any other questions?
Not at all.
We're ready for a motion.
I'll make a motion that we accept Mountain Jewelry Company. Villagefest.
There's a second.
Second that?
Good, let's vote. Mitchell?
Yes.
Absolutely, yes, beautiful. Dan?
Yes.
And Celia?
Yes.
Congratulations, Celia.
Thank you.
Chris? Unk? Did I say that right?
Sort of.
Unk.
No, so
Like uncle.
funk without the F, I guess.
Wandering Wizard is
That's
Chris.
who I am. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I'm Chris Onk and I started my journey playing music. So I've toured the world for the first 30 years of my life, well, 20. And then I started making jewelry for a lot of the people I played music with. And so that started as a hobby. And then I started making jewelry full time. Then people were asking me, where'd you source the stones? And I was like, well, I got them at Courtside or wherever you get them at Gem and Mineral Show. And then it occurred to me that it'd probably be better to actually mine my own stones. I started mining my own turquoise around the deserts, and that's kind of how I met her. We went on that journey together, but I dig in 29 Palms, I dig in Kingman, I dig in Tonopah, I dig in Joshua Tree, and I mine all my stones for the stuff that I
Wow.
actually do. And what I do is make high-end artisan knives that are made from everything from motorcycle chains to fishing hooks and meteorite pieces in there. This is all stuff that I source myself from the deserts. I go dig when I'm out digging. I'll clean up the deserts and pull metal from old mining equipment and use that stuff in it as well. Some of the times I do things like this where I go to the beaches and I find abalone. I also find that this is local turquoise within choy wood.
That's beautiful.
And you're more than welcome to pass them around.
Are those
Please
usable?
let me.
Can you
Yeah,
pass
yeah.
them around? Are
Although
they
you,
used?
yeah,
Yeah,
are they food
usable?
safe?
They're usable and food safe. I make a lot of these custom for chefs, so this is more like the kitchen and stuff,
Oh my God.
high-end kitchen and stuff.
How do you wash them? Is it kind of like?
Usually you just rub
carbon
it down.
steel? Yeah, it's like carbon steel, but you
Yeah.
can't really let it sit.
Yeah, you rub it down, and the best thing that you can do for your knives like this is just put oil on them. Like I use in the kitchen, I'll use oil and butter, believe it or not. So this material up here is mammoth tooth, and then local turquoise, and then mammoth tooth. And they're all hand forged. I create everything by hand. I use
This is meteorite, this one, right?
That one has it in it. That it's actually
So is
that one.
this. I'm learning meteorite.
I do meteorite jewelry. This is a piece of my meteorite jewelry where I lab up pieces of meteorite and then I inlay the inside of it with different things. That's just orgone.
Got great balance to it
You make the
also.
chain too?
I did not make that chain. That
That's
chain
okay.
is grandfather clock chain.
Oh,
Oh, you're small.
I also make little
That's
jewelry
solid.
as well. This is some of the jewelry I make. So I also do electroforming.
What is the small knife for?
The small knife is like
Like
probably
cheese,
kitchen knife stuff, like
Cheese or-
you're doing stuff like cheese
Shaving.
and garlic. This I mined out of Georgia. I'm from Georgia, so I mine crystals as well locally
These are
in the
very-
mountains of Landers. So some of these are things that came out of the ground in Landers up there in the high desert.
So everything's a one of a kind.
there's another.
Everything's one of a kind, and I also do these little tiny ones called hat knives, as you see at one of my hat. and just sticks on with a magnet. A lot of people wear these in like, like high-end cowboy stuff, like Colorado, Wyoming. You can check those out too.
How much are your knives?
The little ones right here are 125, and they come with a leather sheath that I make as well.
Are these the magnetic ones you were talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a magnet inside.
Oh,
the-
I see.
And it just sticks right to it.
Okay.
So they're not magnetic, they're metal, they say they hit like.
These are incredible.
The price range for these up in the real high-end chef knife, I do between $800 and $1,400.
Where's the $2,800 knife?
I didn't bring it with me because I'm actually doing a auction with it currently right now. So the $2,800 knife has all of the exotic metals that I push in there, as well as in the handles are meteorites, as well as mammoth tooth, and it just really extremely rare stuff. So
Where do you find mammoth tooth?
mammoth tooth comes out of Alaska that I pick it from. So what I do is when I dig a turquoise, I get on Instagram and start trading with a lot of the other diggers.
Oh, okay.
So when I go out, I go to Portside, Tucson, go to different places. Here's some mammoth tooth in this one if you want to pass that one around. That's dyed mammoth tooth right there. So I do a lot of trading with people sometimes for the minerals that I use, but most of them are dug. So I'll go out in the desert for 6 weeks. Camp, take my RV out there, camp, dig a bunch of turquoise, and then bring it home.
Sounds like a wonderful life.
It's a dream,
Not
but
bad.
the views and the vistas that I've seen are some of the, you get photography out there too, so it's, but mainly what I'm doing is just knives and jewelry.
How do you know where to dig?
Took 6 years of like studying, and I started doing things like Google Earth combined with where old mines were. And so I started tracking them all where the lines were, and then the geology proved that these were all connected in a certain timeline called the White Tank Monolith. That if you dig in those areas, they're more guaranteed, I guess, to find it. But I go where old miners went because they usually just dropped their shovels and left.
We're at 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Got one more minute go.
Close here to the end. And so, I just go out there where they went and dig around where they went. Now I've went to other places where we started fresh and we've dug down 20 feet now. And so this is all by hand, no machines. It took us 6 years.
And you found something?
Oh, we found
Hopefully.
all this turquoise right here, chrysocolla and gem silica that I use in the handles, that one and this one as well. So I prepare all of the handles in a certain lapidary existence. Then I do all the forging and the blacksmithing. It's all in one shop, but it's just massive steps, and I do it all in production. So I'll do 3 days of just sheets. I'll do 3 days of just stabilizing and setting so I can cut it all up into like sheets.
4 or 5 minutes.
Beautiful. Thank
Any
you.
board questions
You
for
said
Chris?
that was mammoth tooth
This is dyed mammoth tooth right here in this section, yes.
in the middle?
Yeah, and the sides are buffalo horn.
Wow.
And like I said, everything's handmade, so
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
thank you.
Very, very unique.
Oh, and this one in here is a wine that has turquoise from Kingman, Arizona.
Oh, that's beautiful.
What's the price of that?
I do 100 on the wine keys.
Very nice.
That's
That's really, yeah, those will sell like crazy.
Yeah, I have things in that range where there's more bread and butter, so to speak. The hat knives sell like crazy, so that's what's really keeping me.
You said those are like 250? Did you?
I do 125 on
Oh,
those,
okay.
and they come with a sheath and the magnet for your hat. And then some of the higher end stuff is more like so people can see what I can do. And then I'll take that stuff and I do a lot of custom order from that. So say someone sees this and they're like, wow, you really do a good job, and I want different things on the handle. Then from there at the show, I'll connect with them outside of that sometimes and then make them a custom knife just for their kitchen. Just some of them I measure their hands and get it exact.
You had my interest peaked, so.
Yeah. I think
He's a chef.
I think the wine openers are,
The wine openers are great, and again, I have production line for this stuff, so I do it all on my own. So it's
And they
like
come in that box?
come in the box, just like
That's a
that.
really great
It's a
gift.
great
idea.
gift.
Yeah.
With the holidays coming up.
Yeah, I think so.
What is a chef chopper?
That's what this one is.
Okay,
So it's just a little bit longer, so you
Okay.
can still chop with it like this,
yeah,
but you can also do slicing, like carving,
okay.
for like your turkey
Yeah.
and hams.
And can those be sharpened just like at Ace Hardware who sharpens knives or a
Absolutely.
professional? Okay.
And the thing with Damascus is that the reason why it was made to be stronger and last longer. So when you sharpen this knife, it's gonna last tremendous amount of time longer than say something you buy like at Walmart or Costco.
Good, any other questions?
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. How about a motion?
I move that we accept Wandering Wizard into the Villagefest.
I'll second that.
Beautiful.
Let's
Thank you.
vote. Celia?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
congratulations.
Yay.
Beautiful work.
You got it.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. I'd buy one.
Barbara Bryan,
The little one.
Simply Barbara's Yard Art. Hi.
With her husband that's carrying all the stuff.
My little hubby is my helper. He just said. I'm Barbara
Ready?
Bryant and I have Simply Barbara's Yard Art. A little bit about me, I've been in women's clothing for 30 years in Monterey and in Salinas. Retired, we moved up to our little mountain cabin up in Twain Harte, California. Population probably 2,000. Snows up to here in the winter and I got really bored, so I went to the junior college and took every art class I possibly could for almost, well, I got 2 degrees. And anyway, then COVID came, and so I'm stuck in my little house with all this, and so all I did was artwork and gave it to all my family. So that's how I got started with this. So anyway, I worked with a lot of repurposed items and rock and stone and driftwood, a lot of driftwood. This is from a wine barrel that I bent and jack drilled, and I'd use all this is landscape glass that I have wired. And the driftwood comes from our rivers up in Twain Harte. And so this is one piece that I've made. Do you want me to pass it or?
No, we could see.
Yeah, we see that. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
So anyway, I try to repurpose all I possibly can. And this is my little heart. I make all different sizes. Hearts really sell well. I have been doing many shows in the Northern California area. From in Twain Harte, all the little tiny mountain towns around. And from there, going to all the home and garden shows, going to Morro Bay from Monterey, so Monterey Bay, Santa Cruz, Pismo, all those. Anyway, sold a lot of this. I do a lot of seashell yard art as well. I do stands. I do totems out of, I learned how to do ceramics, so I make all these little African masks with their tongues hanging out like this. And anyway, I've made a lot of those and I've done yard art with that. So anyway, this is galvanized wire around my glass. And this glass I actually import from Indonesia. I buy it by the ton. I put it in a little warehouse. I have now gone through 3 tons of glass.
Oh, my goodness.
And so here's just, another sample of how I use it.
Gorgeous.
And I have blue and dark blues and whatnot. And so anyway, just so you can see my driftwood. This is all driftwood. We have to put it in tubs of Clorox water. Sorry.
Okay, I'm trying to find a place to hold
Here,
it.
I can hold it and walk around with it and talk too.
Yeah, go ahead.
And anyway, Jack sands it and after it looks like it, huh?
So how do you coat the wood? What's the coat of wood?
It's
You
a
put shoulder
stain.
on it?
It's a natural stain, so this is what the color comes out clear. So we like to work it that way.
Nice.
It's amazing.
So different. We're
Yeah.
doing
You're doing a good stuff for that.
I try to do different and
Like, how much is that one?
That-
This is $110. Crazy.
You get a discount.
Really? Okay. And I stopped by your.
We've been down to the college.
Oh, that's right.
We can't do that because we're on the board.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
But I like to try to reach all, you know, a lot of people maybe sometimes say they can't afford something. $195, I don't know. I try to always make something
You're
So-
at 4 minutes.
little, you know, I take little glasses and I twist the wires and I do them for like $10, $20.
Amazing price point.
And so you can just have something, if you see it, and people like shiny things, you can put them in your window. We like.
Do they all have bells on them?
The wind
Do
chimes.
they all have bells?
I put bells on almost everything. If not, I do have some of the long chimes, bum, bum,
Yeah,
bum,
yeah.
and that kind of thing. And that's my work.
What about, you said you have, table decor and sun catcher?
Well, I do a lot of things. I have teak wood that I jack drill and stain, and I make long table pieces that you could centerpieces for out in your yard or in the home. And I use succulents. I used live succulents until I had so many return because people would overwater them, that I've gone to a very high-end succulent. I call them forever succulents. They're faux, but they look fabulous. And
There's some
so
really good ones.
there's some really good ones if you really research.
5 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
I love this.
No, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Very interesting work. Any further board questions for Barbara?
When did you want to do it year round?
I would do it, I can't do the hot months. This is my first year here. Oh my God, that was hard.
It gets easier.
That's like being in COVID again.
Yeah.
It gets easier.
Oh,
Each
thank you.
year it gets easier because your blood will change.
I want to meet people, you know, I've been active
definitely-
all my life and I have to keep myself busy, and so I have to be out there. I can't stay home where I'd be talking to myself all the time. I talk to myself enough as it is. Anyway.
You're awfully quiet.
I am, I'm just a laborer.
Gotcha.
And
All
you want
right.
to start, I think this would do
You want
well
one center
for
stage.
the holidays. So are you wanting to get out on the street?
I want to get started, I thought 1st of December, if you're ready for me.
Well, that's up
I
to
don't think,
you.
I don't think you said, we've only been down here, did you tell them 7 months?
We just moved here in March.
We did, been here for 7 months and we started the,
College of the Desert.
and we've done that when they first cranked open here about 5 weeks ago or so. But up there, we used to go about every other weekend. We go somewhere, you know, to the Bay Area, this and that, because over there we had to travel long way. So you gotta get a trailer, gotta go get a hotel, you get very costly. Luckily here, 10 minutes, I'm over there and I'm back over here, I pick up another load, you know.
That's
and
great. You live in Palm Springs?
It's,
We live in Cathedral City.
Cathedral City.
We're going all that again.
and,
It's a real sad story how we got here, and I don't know if you have time to hear it.
No.
Let us, are we ready for motion?
Yeah.
yeah, but we're here and, we like it.
We're gonna
My 5
vote.
minutes is up. We like to talk.
I'll make a motion that we accept Simply Barbara's Yard Art.
Thank you.
Villagefest.
I'll second.
Hey, let us vote. Mitchell?
Yes.
I say yes. Dan?
Yes.
And Celia?
Thank you.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yay.
Thank you.
Beautiful stuff.
My stuff is heavy.
Yeah.
I have real big rocks.
Yeah. I did live that.
Fun. Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
We're
welcome.
See you on the street.
On the street.
How was that, food?
It was really good.
Delicious. Didn't you have it?
He gave me some, I picked it up with my fingers, I asked my wife if you liked it. They had it all over my fingers and I tasted it like, Mom, my tongue is still burning.
He doesn't eat anything hot. He doesn't get it. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ivy?
Congratulations.
Welburn?
See you on the street.
Thank you.
Hi, Ivy.
Hi there.
Please come up. Because I rock.
Because I rock. Today must be the mining day.
Yeah, it is.
The day of the mine. That's right. Hustle miner.
It's saying all of our years, we've never met other miners.
Yeah.
I just had a moment back there. So I'm sorry for apologize for the outburst.
Well, when you find your tribe, you gotta.
We exchanged numbers. We're like, he's like, I've been trying to get into your mind. So I'm Jasmine and this is Ivy and we are Because I Rock. We are actually mine owners. So we, owners of this mine right here, Jackson's Crossroads. The one that the gentleman was just saying he wanted to get into, that's the one in Georgia. We remind all of our amateurs. This is Hallelujah Junction in northern Nevada, where we mine all of our smoky quartz.
But you don't own that.
We do not own that. Our partners in the Jackson's Crossroads mine own the Hallelujah Junction mine. And we mine at private mines all over the US. So we're not rock hounds. We don't go out and camp in the desert for 6 weeks. We have a full mining team. We have a professional operation. We open both of these mines twice a year for about 6 weeks either. The first time we went mining was by happenstance. We rescued a stranded driver during the pandemic. So this was not our forte before we got into it. We were up in Mount Shasta with our kids. We pulled up, there was a gentleman waving his arms. We stopped to help him and he turned out to be a miner.
Oh my.
So as a thank you for helping him, he invited us to Hallelujah Junction. We went and we both looked at each other and we said, we're miners now. Like, go figure. And they invited us to come mining with them, you know, as help for helping their friends come mining with them anytime that we wanted to. And so after 2 years of developing our business and working with it, they invited us in to be owners of the mine with them. That's how we became owners. We're actually the first Black women to be owners of a domestic crystal. Which is a lot of fun.
That's a big deal.
And to go mining again, we couldn't just go mining and make a living off of that. They already work in the fine minerals world. We trade. We sell in Tucson, we sell in Denver from our mines. We sell like $1 million pieces. There's a whole world of fine minerals and crystals that we were introduced to. We didn't know existed. We always liked crystals, but we didn't know that they were trading them like Picassos.
You sell raw product?
I'm sorry?
You sell raw products?
So what we do is something really different. We came up with something that's very unique to the industry. Our business is called Because I Rock. And what we do is we actually bring our products back directly from the mine. So Ivy's gonna pass around a little something for you guys. We bring our product directly from the mine with the dirt still on it. We have interactive booth where we have our bowls set up. You guys are actually gonna get a bowl to be able to wash your crystal today.
Yeah.
These are crystals from Hallelujah Junction. I'm sorry, yeah, from Hallelujah Junction. They're about 10 million years old. And what we do in our interactive booth is we leave the mud on and we let you as customers wash them off. It is a great activity for kids. It's a great activity for adults. We actually teach in Los Angeles area schools. We do a mineralogy class. We work with after school programs. We do camps. We do weddings. We do bar mitzvahs. We do all kinds of corporate events. We both used to be event planners before we got into this. So we learned how to flip it into something really special. And we do this interactive experience. I'm gonna pass out these bowls, where you get your crystal in its raw form and you're actually able to clean it off at the booth yourself. People love this activity because it's not only interactive, it gets kids off the screen, it gets families together. We have couples that come and do it together. Ivy's gonna walk around with a little water for you as well. With this product, there has to be an end use sometimes. The bigger ones that we have, people use them as for meditation, for healing, for all type of holistic purposes. So with each package that we sell, we actually provide a card that leads back to our website that teaches all the properties of that stone, where it's responsibly mined, the mineralogy that's involved in it, the healing properties, and some suggestions to leave around your house. We also wanted to come up with a second end use for it, just for people that are not into crystals holistically. And that's where our jewelry comes in. We have partnered with a jewelry partner. She's been in business for about 25 years. Her name is Robin Rhodes. She does all the jewelry for the Bachelorette. We met at an event about 2 years ago, and she asked if she could buy our stones wholesale. We said no, but we can enter into a partnership. So one of the end uses that we have at our booth as well is after you wash your stone, if you would like, you can turn it into a custom piece of jewelry. That part of our business we call mine to mantle.
We're at 4 minutes, sorry.
Okay, sorry. A mine to mantle, where you're actually able to birth your own stone by cleaning it off and then turning it into your own custom piece of jewelry. In addition to that, we sell these as to-go kits. So the same experience that you have now, we have in separate little kits. So this is our retail product that we not only sell in stores, we sell in like museum, gift shops, and really very well at our events. We do a lot of events around LA. We've gone as far as Ohio to do events.
I don't have time.
We don't. We don't. And we're moms to kids. So with our retail kits, and we brought some for you guys to take home today. We showcase the different stones that we have, not only the ones from Hallelujah Junction and from Jackson's Crossroads, but from mines all across the US. Our whole thing is domestically mined, not cutting, polishing, or drilling into any of the stones. So you see with the jewelry that we pass around, we actually paint the metal on it, electroforming. There's no drilling or cutting into the stone, so we keep the integrity of the stone, and they've only been cleaned with soap and water. So at that point, with them only being cleaned with soap and water, we always tell our customers, most people don't know where their jewelry comes from. Most crystals that are in stores have been cleaned with chemicals, and this is one of the most natural pieces that you can have.
Beautiful.
So how do you know when this is done?
Yeah, they clean really easy. We always say it could take 5 seconds or it could take 5 hours. We've had customers sit and cry and wash for a long time. But quartz is actually a really easy crystal to clean. So just with a little soap and water, it comes off. In the field, we use something called iron off, which gets all the iron deposits off. At our events, we only use Castile soap. The Castile soap, and I'll pass around these because these are for you guys to keep.
I wanted you guys to
You just select which ones you want and then pass the other ones on. We only use Castile soap because we have a lot of kids that come out. And you don't want the kids coming out.
Right.
This is.
This is just an example of some of the stuff that we do at schools and after school programs. We work with kids as young as 3. We've done events with, and then we've done goddess parties and parties for people a lot older than the older kids as well.
I think this is great. I think kids.
I think you're well packaged and
Yes, thank
well
you.
put together. Yes, you
Thank you.
really put some thought into this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then this
Everybody
is
get a chance to see that?
So we do have we have what we call the crystal caboose. It's a little trailer that hooks onto the back of the car. It does fit under a 10 by 10 tent. And it's something that's really attractive because we can light it up really nice. We say we light it up like a Christmas tree. But it shows that it's an interactive space for people to come. People really enjoy, we kind of get that crowd coming around.
So is Herkheimer the end of the?
Herkimer, the Herkimer diamond mine is in upstate New York. That's owned by a friend of ours. We mine there twice a year. The Herkimer diamonds are the oldest quartz known to man, so they're 450 million years old. And they're called diamonds because of they grow in a doubly terminated shape.
Love it.
We love educating kids, so it's always like kids and adults, really everyone. But it really it's always like a new thing for them to actually think about rocks growing. And then I always tell them about how the earth farted, and that's how we got rock. I have a whole laugh line that goes with it, but it's a learning adventure for them, and they love it, and they love to explore and to be able to actually see something go from a muddy rock to a shiny, gemstone, and then be able to take it home and love it. And we always encourage them to start a collection, and we always encourage them to learn about the names of the rocks, and just having 2 women as an example of what a miner can look like. Like it's an inspiring thing for most people.
Kids love rocks. I have not.
They do. I know. They come running to us.
We had our favorite customer come to us this past weekend at an event in Pasadena, and every time he's 7 and he comes running around. And so he wrote down on a piece of paper, he's like, I want to be a crystal miner. And he said that in his assembly, and the people at his school were like, well, where'd you learn that? He's like, crystal miner. And we do like career day at school. That's a small, oh, it's just Castile soap, the same thing
Oh,
that you use to
okay, yeah.
clean,
Okay.
just
meant to
natural
clean.
Castile soap.
Have you been to Arkansas to mine for diamonds?
We have been to clear quartz.
Yeah.
So we've not done diamond mining yet. Most of the diamond mining there is the one that everybody hears about is a public dig.
Yes.
And we only mine at private mine. So we've
Better
done
stuff.
clear quartz there,
Yeah,
which is
for the good
beautiful.
stuff.
That's really good stuff.
It's a
We go
good-
into the pocket. And
Yeah.
we, we're out there with our mining gear and we've
So
got
you're
our,
like.
yeah, we got our mark.
Usually
But
we
it's
have a
actually
picture of us
interesting when
in
you
there.
get in, you mine, you use big equipment on the outside, and then when it all quiets down, and everybody gets on the wall, and we pull out our chopsticks. Because you don't want to damage the crystals as you're going into the mud. So you actually use the back of a wood part of a chopstick to dig around.
Is it
in
like veined?
Yeah,
And
they're-
you're digging, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
you're looking for the part bubble trail.
Yeah.
So
If you look at-
that's what we're looking for. And
if you look closely at some of these, you can see there's a person standing
I
right
see.
there. And we mine down in these areas, but if you look, you can see like there's a vein coming that
Yeah.
way. You can start seeing, and our team we have a geologist, a mineralogist, and then lifetime miners that are on our team.
Wow, so are you planning to sell the jewelry as well?
Yes, yes. We do the jewelry. The jewelry, we have our samples on site of all the different styles because every single one is a unique piece. But what we offer is a service for you to be able to customize your own piece for the same price. So you can buy the sample. Our jewelry starts about $125, goes up to about $325 based on the stone. So if you have a big Herkimer diamond on there, it's a little bit more expensive than a big smoky quartz. But we give you the option of being able to design your own piece. It takes about 4 to 6 weeks to be made. We ship it to you for free. So for us coming to Palm Springs, I think that's something that, especially with the tourist traffic,
Yeah.
it gives them something to remember the trip by. It
Yeah.
gives them this, oh, I mined this and I earned this there and my jewelry came and.
How do they mix, so, because each piece rock is unique,
Yes.
so how are they picking the stones that are making their jewelry unique to them?
Well, that's the thing. We like to say they wink at you. So we like to say when we're
Oh, so
walking.
people are looking at them while they're on site and they pick and say, I
Yeah,
want this
yeah.
in a necklace.
Correct.
Yeah.
So in our setup, we have a huge table that's
Okay.
filled with stone. And
Okay.
they're separated in bins. We have we do all wooden bins.
That
It's
makes
very
sense.
natural looking. They're separated by bins by the type of stone that they are. Next to each one, we have a little card and a QR code, so you can not only see what the stone is, but you can scan it and learn about it
Oh, nice.
before you purchase it.
You've well thought out all of it.
Yeah, it's just- We don't have an issue with the fact that they're not making it jewelry, right?
Well, that's up to you guys.
I don't. And the jewelry is all handmade. It's handmade by our partner. She's not an owner in the company, but she is a partner and she does an exclusive line for
Does
it.
she ever come with you to the show?
She does.
But
She
the
does. Like
stones are stones.
Stones
that
are
you
the
great.
bought.
stones are all everything we have mined ourselves.
Our dirty hands. Yeah, I have the broken fingers.
Yeah. And it's just that they bring her sometime,
Yes.
so.
And we do.
We do.
Most the finished product, so you get a sense of what it could be.
We always say it's our version of farm to table. We say mine, Santa.
Got it.
What a unique concept. I think.
Thank you.
Thank
And well
you.
thought out.
Kids will love it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well,
thank
they do. They line up. We always have a big, long line of kids and adults.
Yeah.
And like, we have a lot of couples and we have some couples that want to get engaged this way and, they
And we
come and watch their stone and then we design their ring.
and then we also offer people to go on mining trips. So once a year, we take people to the to the Hallelujah Junction mine up in northern Nevada. So that's an additional product that we do offer to sell at our booth. Is if you do want to go mining, we have a little QR code on our thing that says "Take Me Mining." We can send you all the information for it. It's a $3,500 day trip or a $5,000 2-day trip.
Wow.
So many layers.
And do they get to take as much as they want? when they-
Yeah.
You can, anything that you find that's individually valued under $2,000, you can keep. If it's individually valued over $2,000, you can buy it for wholesale. Minus the $2,000.
Like, we
And the
just found
first
a-
time I went, I found a $15,000 ship.
Her
You find
first-
good
her
stuff.
first pool.
I was like, is this?
This time we were mining in Georgia, we found $250,000, and it was a flower. It was inside the boulder.
Beautiful.
It was deep purple, like purple.
Yeah, the gentleman that just left, I was like, we are miners, and he's like, we own the mine, and he said, which one? It's the Jackson's Crossroad, and he goes, oh my God, I've been trying to get there.
That's great.
Give me your number.
So now someone like that, you would charge them to come there to dig?
We do, so with ours, because we're not just open land, we actually mine the land, we bring in equipment. This mine in particular is about $50,000 a day to run. This one is about $75,000 a day to run. So we do need to be able to recoup that somehow. We sell our pieces, which is how we recoup them in the fine mineral world. But for diggers, this one in particular used to be open to the public until we started draining the lake. Once we started draining the lake, it became a liability issue for us to have more than a certain amount of people out there. So we do private digs, but we only have about 10 people out there.
So how do you keep people from poaching or?
Oh,
It's difficult. I mean, this mine here, we actually have somebody that sleeps up there with
Yeah,
with a rifle. You know, and
Excavator shack,
spotlight,
excavator
and
shack.
you see at night, you see people camping
Yeah.
out. They know when we're there. When we close the season, we actually put boulders in the road, and we filled this one back in with dirt for where we come out. So it's like people can come and surface collect up there, but they can't get into where the bugs are. And then this one we fill back up with water. So this one we drain the lake twice a year. We're all we're all OSHA approved.
How do
So
you
all
fill it
government-
back up with water?
we put them into 10 retention ponds. So we have a water pump that's working the whole time.
Nonstop.
It pulls it into retention ponds, and then when we stop pumping, we're able to seep it back into.
It just gets bigger and bigger.
I know.
Like, are you sure you want to be a Village Fest?
You know, we do a lot of additional business, including in addition to our pop-ups that we do and our retail products, we do a lot of private events. So we
I can
find
see
that when we do events like this, it's marketing for us. Not only is it a way for us to sell our product, and you know, we're small business, we're 4 years young and getting off the ground. But we're able to market, and that's how we've been able to get into schools, into after-school programs, and to book private events and corporate events.
I love
On
it.
Shark Tank.
Yes.
We're working on it. We just did a segment on KTLA. We've done a segment on NBC Bakersfield. We're pitching a documentary called Mining for Business. So we're working on getting to that stage, but in the meantime, it's all about that networking and making connections, and you know, it's fun. And we've been best friends for 30 years.
You clearly love
Do you
it.
sell
Best
any
life
of the
ever.
raw stone to jewelers who would then polish it down into a shape like the amethyst and then?
We don't, so
cut it down?
this amethyst is not cut. So
No,
this
no,
is-
I know that your stuff is, but do you also sell to people who do that?
We don't sell wholesale through our business, through our partners. They do sell
Okay, gotcha,
they
gotcha.
do sell to
Yeah.
cutters as well.
And this
Now,
is the
our
old Tiffany.
jeweler, our jeweler is actually, her father is a lapidarian, a lapidarian. And so he does cut stuff from time to time, but not for us. Like, well, it's like maybe personals, like this is a good one, cut this up for us.
Yeah.
But with lapidary, when you're cutting, you can break stones. So we don't want people to wash a stone, fall in love with it, and then we try to cut it into jewelry and break it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Your story's captivating. I think.
Thank
you're
you,
gonna do this.
thank you.
Any other
thank you.
questions?
I'm just blown.
Yeah, I do. I'm blown
The
away.
day of the mine.
Is there a
Well
motion
done.
on the floor?
Yeah, I move that we accept Because I Rock into Village Fest.
I'll second.
All right, let's vote. Celia.
Yes.
Dan.
Yes.
Very good, yes.
Great.
Mitchell.
Yes.
Thank you,
Congratulations.
thank you.
Thank you. We want to please keep your Christmas, your little babies that you have.
That goes back.
And did everybody get one of these? Did you all get one?
You want to clutch your bowls?
Yeah.
Did you guys all get one? Yeah.
Oh, we have a bucket. We come fully sustained. We come with buckets and everything, so.
Thank you.
What a great story.
Thank you.
No, that
Thank
story
you.
is what captivated me. I was just like,
Thank
yay.
you. Well, we're working on getting it told with the Palm Springs news channels as well.
And in your package, you'll find that with every package that we sell, we put a little card in there that says the story of Deer Mark.
No.
And that's the gentleman that we picked up that hit the deer. His
Oh.
nickname him Deer Mark.
Ah,
Two more bowls.
Thank you.
thank you very much.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Wow.
Did everybody get a sample? You got a mini?
Mhm.
You got a mini?
Oh, I got one.
Shelby,
Yeah,
you're next.
That was a hard one to follow now.
it's just me.
A rocket one. A rocket one.
Yeah.
And then- is that right though?
One more.
Yeah.
Hello.
My name is Shelby Victoria. I am a singer, artist, performer. I was born and raised here. I went to MTU, which is a pre-professional musical theater program, and then I went off to New York to pursue voice. I came back here when COVID hit because New York is very expensive. And I've just been trying to save money so I can go to LA and finish my bachelor's in the fine arts, musical theater. And I also have friends who have done Villagefest who have sang and they loved it. And I think it would be a great opportunity to share my love for music and also to save money to then make it a career. So it is just me. I have a video that I sent Faith that is professionally recorded. I mostly sing jazz, which people love.
Did you see the video?
I sent it again. It said that it sent. I also have videos on
Can you show it on the
YouTube.
screen if you have?
Oh, we're just gonna pull all your information, yeah. I don't want that. The video.
If it's
We can't pull it up here.
okay, or I could.
Have it on your phone?
Yeah, if you are,
Yeah, just show it on your phone.
Yeah.
Or just play it on your phone. You can hear it.
or how about a little acapella? I don't mean to put you on the
Yeah, no,
spot.
it's whatever you would like. I
Whatever
can-
you're
I'd rather see
comfortable
the- I wanna see the thing on your phone. Because that's. free.
Okay, absolutely. My pleasure.
Yes.
Will you have, background music with you?
Yes, I
Okay,
have
yeah,
a rap.
that's what I
So I
want to hear,
have
yeah.
myself, my microphone. I also play the piano, my speaker. It's a really simple setup. But it's I do need maybe an outlet to be by, but other than that, it's not. It won't be too.
Well, they're the
If you could
queens
just-
of outlets.
The microphone will pick it up.
Put that on the sheet, so.
You know,
Clean it out.
Stable to the lowest blood. Still controls and so conscious. I looking everywhere. He's there. See that in touch with regret.
It's also you on the piano.
No, it's actually a track.
Oh, okay.
Tell me.
Beautiful.
so well developed, your voice. It's amazing.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, you grew up 4 minutes, so keep telling us about your story.
Well, that was the chorus. I wanted to
move over.
Just getting it done.
Yeah. Just-
Well, I sing more than jazz. I have a variety. A lot of things are, some people love jazz, some people love pop, some people love pop that sounds like jazz. I found, especially when I went into musical theater, most of musical theater is very, at times it could be cookie cutter. So it's mostly what you fit into, like if you're playing a leading lady or you're like the funny best friend. So I found in New York, it was hard for me to find where I felt like I could be myself. And then I went to LA during the pandemic, actually, and I found jazz. And they were like, I think you have a knack for this. I think you could really pursue jazz. There's not a lot of jazz singers. I don't know if you know Leve, though. She's Icelandic. She was just nominated for a Grammy. She's my age, she's 24, and she was singing on YouTube and she was just singing jazz. And then she obviously grew and now she's, a recording artist. And it was just, I think, this newfound love for jazz that I found through her and through the educators that taught me and that allowed me to venture off and do what I wanted rather than, trying to find myself in a place that I didn't feel I could, that was fulfilling to myself. Of course, I love New York. I love musical theater. I grew up, dancing, singing, acting. Taught it last year to kids. I went up to Idlewild and I taught theater to kids, and I love theater. So I mean, it will always hold a special place in my heart. But I think with music, more modernized music that's not musical theater, it has allowed me to venture off and grow. And I sang a little bit at the Indian Wells Resort Hotel.
I'm
They
just gonna
allowed
ask
me
you
to
if you did
do,
any of the venues here, yeah.
yeah, they allowed me to sing some stuff. And I was like, can I sing tonight? Can I sing next weekend? And they were like, yeah, of course you can. So I'd go up and sing. A couple of
So we're at
songs
5
there.
minutes. Thank you.
Are you gonna be selling CDs or anything?
No, I don't have
Okay.
my own, but it would just be me say, I would love to eventually have things that I.
Well, we may have
sing
our next
and
Abby
stuff.
Carter on our
Okay, you
hands.
should try out
I
the
was gonna
voice.
say, really?
The voice.
For
The
the boys.
boys,
I-
Amazing.
It's funny because when I saw Abby Carter and we grew up together, and she's incredible.
I
She
think your
is.
voice is better than
Your
her
voice-
title.
Yeah, your voice is beautiful.
It is
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Is alto where you feel most comfortable?
Say so. I would say I'm in the lower range, but I've, luckily been trained to sing that is out of my range. But I mean, all the stuff that I sing, it is, can stretch from alto to, first soprano if I need to. Of course, it's not like an opera, but it's, stuff that allows a little bit of variety, which I love, and it's fun for me to sing.
I love that kind of music. I grew up
Yeah.
with Della Reese is my godmother, and I grew up with Nancy Wilson
Oh my
also.
God.
Yeah, and
How
so
much we don't know
I
about you.
grew up with that type of music, and it's beautiful, and your voice just struck
Just
me as.
drop that.
I
like,
know,
it's like,
exactly.
you just, and I chew gum.
He also lived across the street from Jane Fonda.
Yeah, right.
I did. Okay,
Well, your
so
voice is beautiful.
your voice is
And
beautiful.
entertainment is what makes Village Fest fun. So
Yes, that.
the holidays are coming, so I would ask you to maybe think about some holiday numbers.
Absolutely, I would love, there's so many tracks that
Yeah.
I have on my playlist on Spotify that I play right now. And
Have you worked at any of the restaurants here, like at Farm? They have a chanteuse at Farm singing all the time. Like, there's so many places like that here.
Eventually I do wanna venture out and, maybe.
Check out
like-
Farm, Liz's
This will be
Farm,
great
because they're
exposure.
there, and then, Tequila is their other restaurant.
Oh,
across the
Tequila?
road. Yeah.
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 Yeah, or farmers markets.
Yes,
Farmers markets, I love seeing performers there and I have music for that too, more,
Isn't
Sunday
that-
morning vibe.
Just what happened here?
Yeah.
So it's showing up already on the event.
Well,
any other
Eventbrite.
questions for Shelby
No.
about a motion?
Gladly move to approve Shelby Victoria into Music Fest, into Village Fest.
I'll second.
Music. I love it. I love
Let
it.
us
Do
vote.
it.
Dan,
yes.
Celia,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
Mitchell,
Congratulations.
Thank
You
you.
are talented.
You are very talented.
Oh, that way.
I appreciate it, thank you, awesome.
Yes, Godspeed.
I apologize. We made a staffing error administratively, so we do have a, I know, it's.
You're fired.
Give me a way out. We have a vendor here
Thank you.
who is not on your agenda, so we would love for them to present before you.
Okay.
We can't obviously make any motions with it, but we can add them to your next agenda and you can give them feedback as to. if
Just
it's-
following breadcrumbs.
Yeah, if it's
Just
appropriate or not.
Following
Just
breadcrumbs.
following breadcrumbs. Jillfish, you would have seen her, a
She
few
was on
weeks
the,
ago.
yeah, 2 agendas ago.
Ah, okay.
So we will make sure that she is listed on your next agenda and that you have her application.
All right, welcome.
Apologize.
Sorry.
No,
No.
It is Thursday, it was Tuesday, I showed up on Thursday.
Well, Village Fest, is Thursday, that's probably why.
That's
Well,
right.
we got to see our friends, our friends with the guys at Stone.
Uh-huh.
So
All
anyway,
right.
so we have to hang out for a while and chat.
So this is.
So where are you starting?
No,
They're not
just
on your
following
agenda.
breadcrumbs.
So we can't vote on them? vote, but this is.
We're just gonna jury in.
We're just gonna.
Yeah, just review,
yeah.
give them feedback, and then they'll be on your next agenda for official vote.
Okay, so I've collected sea glass for forever. And during COVID, as everybody knows, we needed something to do. So I started making, after a friend saw me collecting some other glass, which I'll explain later. And later at a different group event, I was collecting sea glass. She kept asking me, what am I gonna do with this? What are you gonna do, Jill? What are you gonna do? And I'm like, so our business aim is just following breadcrumbs. And we believe that if you listen to the breadcrumbs and if you listen to what's put out there, you will get to where you're supposed to be. This is what started me on this, was that breadcrumb of, what to do? This is pretty, and it started me down this path.
This will
So-
be the next section.
So this is my sea glass, okay? And this is stuff I find at the ocean, anywhere from San Alejo down in San Diego, all the way up to Pismo. I've done some trades with a couple of girls with some other stuff that I'll be showing you. So I've gotten some from Santa Cruz and I've also gotten some from Bonaire, which is just below Aruba that I saw, okay? I then have, so the first camping trip that we went on where our friend was there, I collect what I call mine glass, and that's what he's bringing around.
That's what these different colors are, is mine glass.
So we go up
She has
and
some
we go
examples.
off-roading. We have a side-by-side, a Can-Am, side-by-side, and we basically go up and up above Barstow,
The
there's
smaller
a old mine town called Calico.
We need something.
We actually start
to-
all
we
all
can't
the way up in
build
Barstow.
those.
We take our side-by-side, and we actually come up the backside of those mountains. And we drop into some mines, and we actually drop down the front side on our off-road vehicles. Well, up there, I started finding glass that looked like this, that was
Not
broken,
whole,
not whole,
pieces.
pieces. So up there's a whole huge, up above Calico, there was this huge mine. And there was all of this rusted tin can dump that was left there. And I was just walking around as I was eating my sandwich. This is our normal lunch spot when we go on this ride. And I started finding broken pieces of glass that were blue, green, and purple. Started doing research and it turns out that they're ball canisters, they're old medicine jars. Economy turns purple. And what it was is this was stuff that was thrown out there, broken. And the UV light has changed it. So the blue is a chemical called manganese. The longer you leave it in the UV light, they stopped using it in the 20s. But the longer you leave it in the sun, the deeper it gets. And so this started out as clear, this started out as clear.
Really?
Yes. So you don't see
No.
canisters and, but they stopped using it in the 20s, so it's over 100-year-old.
Where'd you find a whole one?
We were actually oh, so cool. We were just up visiting his mother in Oregon and we went to an antique store. I don't love antique stores, but this one was amazing. It was in Albany, Oregon. And it was very open. The stalls were, wide. It wasn't like condensed. Sometimes you go in and you just feel overwhelmed.
Too much, yeah.
Yes, overwhelmed, just compressed, right? This one was gorgeous. And I happened to find this canister. And the interesting thing for me on this is we were just in Hawaii about 2 months ago. And I went sea glassing every morning. I got really lucky with our timing. And I found probably 2 canisters the size that was good, keepable, and usable, right? But the key for me was, we were out there and I found a piece that was like this. I had this piece of it. This portion up here was gone. It looks like Saturn to me. If you look at just this, it looks like Saturn. I didn't know what this was. I posted it on my sea glass forum and I said, does anybody know what this is? It looks like Saturn to me and I don't know of anything called Saturn, Somebody came right back and said it's a ball canister with the lock.
1 minute
And-
warning.
Okay, so that's why I got this, because it's a great example.
Nice.
Silverware
So,
spoon, that's never.
Along with doing this,
Awesome.
Our next breadcrumb became silverware.
Oh my
So,
gosh, these are so
my big thing
pretty.
is I'm a klutz and I wanted to be able to have a way to do bracelets with sea glass. So as you saw, with some of these, we
We've
had.
expanded
bracelet.
to.
So I'm a klutz and I wanted a way to be able to wear the sea glass as a bracelet. And so I was looking for different ways to do this. And we ran into a lady who just did spoon bracelets. And I thought, what a great way to be able to suspend it. So you saw the ones that I
They're
had.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
And since we got into spoons and this,
So
we
we're-
had to use a knife blade.
So we are now up.
And a bunch of forks, you have extra forks. And we have different shapes, animals. I never make the same thing twice.
Oh my.
So I
So this
showed
is
him a
making
couple
them nice.
pictures
Similar.
and he has absolutely just gone to town.
Oh,
with these
these are.
Now, what do you do with
I think-
stick 'em in
It's
your-
your-
In a flower pot.
Oh.
And
the parts are actually knitting needles. They're aluminum, so they won't rust, they
So
won't.
you can put them in your backyard, in your
Put them in your
garden,
backyard. They won't rust, they won't corrode.
These are awesome. These are awfully small.
So that's your.
Well,
project.
we
I
do
just
various
pulled
sizes.
I
We
just
have,
pulled
you
And
know,
so that one, if you
every
wanted,
size comes up.
if you wanted to open it, it has actually a magnet and then it has these
Yeah.
fingers. So you just put your finger in the depth. On the on the other sea glass one, I actually use it called a mag lock and it is so strong that it will not come off, which is my other thing.
So
I
we're-
want it
we
to be
have some-
stabilized and I don't want it to fall off and break.
So that's your
Complete
time.
line of different patterns. Every single pattern you can think of, we've got a
I've
ring.
got one last item for you and I know you guys want to
Go ahead and try it. Oh, my.
Oh,
Oh,
This is what we do with our spoon bowl. And
Well,
they
'cause-
give, instead of being a bell or a chime or a gong, they just give this very nice little tink. And it's not obnoxious or obtrusive.
Really cool.
because we're
And again,
upcycling
upcycling this. was
grandma's silverware.
How much did the ring sell for?
25. I'm looking, I'm hearing what people are charging and I'm like, we can raise our price. So
love
our
this
rings,
See,
so
this is,
this is my Danish princess and they're 25. And I've worn this for the last 5 months and it has not
but
tarnished. They're
all
all
the
silver
forks,
plated
all the
silverware.
spoons, we use
And they're all-
everything. else.
generally, I
Knife
buy
blades,
silver
we use it all.
And all of my silverware, I try to get this
That-
pre-60s generally, so I want it true vintage. So we have all different, so anything I can do with my knives, and I know this is not, I'm over time, but super interesting. Some of these are actually filled, so if you have hollow, you've got hollow knives, right? There's also some that are filled. When we went and we had a
And it's
filled
an
one, we didn't know what it was filled
of
with.
the
We tried
rings.
to get it to break loose. Most of them are soldered, wouldn't break loose. He finally ruined it, right? Heating it up, it just melted it, right? They finally went over to the bandsaw, cracked it open and, cut it in half. It was concrete. So the prettiest one we have, it's called Eternally Yours. It looks like a basket of flowers on the spoon end and this knife handle. It is gorgeous. It is 100% filled with concrete. It takes me 3 hours to drill that out and get it to the point where I can actually do the insert for the pen. The top of it is, so lack of a better, it has 2 hollow sides on it. So it's got a hole in the middle of the knife. And then it's got these flowers on top. It's just gorgeous. I can't get the concrete out of the top. So the weight on that thing is amazing. It's just beautiful. But it's crazy. Some of them are filled with sand and
Gorgeous.
concrete, but concrete. Who do?
So sea glass is just broken glass that's come up that.
Tumble.
Tumble,
in the
tumble.
ocean.
See, on the patterns, you gotta figure those pins, we have a
Oh,
pattern
my
and a pin for
goodness.
each one.
Look at that.
An ornament, holy.
Oh, shoot.
$30
It's
and
a
all?
We
you have
almost,
pens for only $30?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
And you-
fantastic.
You're gonna
Can you
be,
change
And sir, can
We
you
would-
change like what happened to the ones out of ink?
Oh, I give 2
Give you 2
refills and they're
refills.
standard. They're,
Okay.
you can
And a
purchase
velvet
one
bag.
anytime. You have 2 refills
it
and they also
unscrews.
come with a little velvet case.
What a great gift.
That's,
the pens
yeah.
are amazing. And for $30, those
They're
are
gonna
gonna
hit.
we work too cheap, don't we?
You do. You do. I mean, those will sell out for Christmas in a second.
They come with a
We've
red, they
been
come
very
with
busy
that
with them.
one, a red, blingy one, and then.
We need to
just
get back
red
to our shop to do
And then I
gold.
also, started doing pearls
Well, I
in
hope you
pink
guys-
and purple.
I
and
hope you get to
white.
be on the street like ASAP.
Yeah,
We can't.
Beautiful, beautiful.
our scheduler is.
This week we can't, we're in Havasu, so we're doing the
We
craft
have
fair
the
there.
blood bases also, I haven't even.
And I have to crank out some pens. We've probably sold out 100 pens this season.
Easily.
And we just started making. So the silverware,
Oh,
we've only been doing it for 6 months. Brand new.
The little bugs. I think those are so
Thank you.
cute.
And then another thing that I
Pen-
made.
this is the right for the holiday.
Bud
This is another one that-
incense.
Very good.
Some people have been doing them for
people love those.
incenses.
For the
Yeah,
holiday.
they're doing great.
And I can make
They're really
10
fun.
at a time, and we sold out. I have 3 left. I think I have 2 left now.
Oh, sorry.
We're going back tomorrow to our shop to start working again.
So it's.
I hope
it's
you have a lot of
little-
inventory.
it's a
This cup is
big-
gonna
It's gonna fly.
fly.
This woman drags me from Santa Clarita to San Diego buying people silverware. And we
I have
have,
some coming from Oregon and Reading
Well,
tomorrow.
Can see why it
I
makes.
donated my mother's, I had it, and I was moving here, I didn't know what to do with it.
Some people say they can't give it away.
You can't,
And,
nobody wants it.
Nobody wants it.
and, but yet this is
know it's
making
really
it hard,
hard.
right? So some people use those for incense. We've had some people buy it for incense. And then like another lady used them
Incense.
for, she was having a dinner with 3 of her friends. She bought 3 and she had those teeny tiny taper candles
Oh.
that she did her setting with that. And she actually sent them all home with one. And I thought that was so sweet.
And
And then one other really cute story, and this is the part I love about this. One lady came up and she got one of those Christmas ornaments, and the pattern is called First Love. She goes, "Oh my God, this was my grandmother's." I said,
Aw.
and it was the only piece I'd gotten. It was just in a mishmash that I had bought, and I hadn't bought that pattern yet. And she says, "This was my great grandmother's." I said, "It was meant to be because that's the only one I've ever had."
There's your breadcrumbs.
And what we found is a lot of grandmothers out there, none of the grandkids want any of the silver. They don't use it. They're not gonna use it. So what they're doing is they're asking us to make rings.
Rings,
for the
bracelets.
grandkids. Yeah. So we've been
Chain
doing
rings,
doing that.
It's a wonderful
and,
idea.
yeah, all of
Well,
it.
let me say, I think you're very talented. Your stuff is great.
Thank you.
I think it's only
I wanna go down there and get a bunch of
positive
gifts already.
feedback, so we
I wanna
encourage you.
After everybody else
Come
tonight, I
back.
thought, man, we're not gonna live up
No,
to this.
we'll put you on the agenda
Put it on the agenda.
next time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
they don't have to come back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Well,
do.
We'll put it on
You
the
will be
agenda.
approved.
You guys
You
can-
are fabulous.
If we
Thank
don't jury them before the holidays, then,
We'll figure it out.
We'll do.
okay. Cause I wanna buy
We
stuff.
can't do it via email vote or anything like that.
We are.
I'll figure something out.
And all
We're gonna
that
get
stuff,
you in.
Yeah.
I mean, the most expensive thing we have is, I think $65, which is a piece of Lucy glass about yay big, and it goes down to 18.
because
You guys should do really
we use
good.
silver plate
So many
Yeah.
different, unique.
and we use all the silver plate
Yeah, we use
for
everything.
multiple.
I love those.
You are exactly what we're
Your
looking
stuff will be
for.
very popular.
And he
Yes.
showed you the floating heart. We also do
Yes.
floating hearts
Yeah.
with
Gorgeous.
glass in them.
Yeah. Beautiful.
All right.
And here's in the raw form.
Yeah, we saw that.
I ran out of ideas.
That's very cute.
It's like,
I would challenge you to think of something desert centric.
I had a scorpion.
I think that would be
That
I
would
great.
had a scorpion, which was basically this, and it came up and over the
I
top.
wondered if you couldn't do something like a cactus.
And it had, well, cactus would be the good use for the forks.
Yeah, that's what I,
Or a
And
windmill.
so that.
or
that
a
would be-
windmill, a windmill.
Oh, windmill. Mhm.
A tarantula.
Now,
That's easy to make it in forks too.
Mhm.
now, my creativity never comes the same way, and we've got all this on hand, so things might be a little bit different, but the same
Of
thing.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everything's unique and one of a kind.
Everything's one of a kind.
That's
And
what
everything
we
is
love
one of a
that.
kind.
So,
Yes.
another idea we have is using, the great big forks for serving
Yes.
as like a little, phone stand. If we could get them to bend just right, we haven't gotten there yet, and we haven't had time to really like work with it.
Two
But, you know.
prototypes that kind of
Yeah,
did.
they were okay.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Well, we're glad you were here.
Yeah.
Great. We saved the best for last.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that
Thank
very
you.
much. We really do.
Your last, you do actually need to vote on the lily pad.
And-
For the orange tree.
You
How
got
do we
it.
vote on that?
If they
Oh,
presented.
but she wasn't here, so we can't vote on it.
ETA.
What?
Oh, we don't have a
We
quorum.
don't have a quorum, yeah.
Cause she wasn't here for the presentation, which was at the last meeting.
I don't wanna hold them up.
It's the high school group. It's okay, we'll figure out something to try and get these last two vendors on.
Zoom meeting. to get
Yes,
them
exactly.
and the other one. I could be available for that, like.
Me too.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank
Thank you so
All right,
much.
thank
We
you.
really
Thank you,
appreciate
guys.
Stay for like.
And you're gonna have to talk to
Yeah.
me.
Right, we'll do.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be soon. It'll definitely.
Yeah,
be soon.
You're
I'm
ready.
just, I'm a planner.
Keep your
and a
production
creative.
going. You're gonna.
Well, yeah.
I'm
Get
gonna
back
buy
to your
our
studio.
tickets.
Yeah, so our studio is actually in our master garage. We're headed there tomorrow.
Come on, look back.
We've been trying to get there.
All right.
All right, let us move.
Everything, I got
Thank
my
you all
phone.
very,
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Anything on
Thank you.
sustainability?
There are no updates at this time.
No updates on
Yeah.
sidewalk
You guys.
vendors?
Bye-bye, thank
Have a good
you.
evening.
About Palm Springs holidays, Faith, anything you wanna?
Yeah, so for the holidays, we are sending out flyers this week for the vendors, letting them know about everything that's going on. So that, was printing those up today, and we'll hand those out this week to get everyone ready and geared up. Telling them about the drawing and, definitely that they have their packaging and that sort of a thing, so, and they can, every week they can be into the drawing.
That'll be.
So what is the drawing? I think I missed it.
Oh,
You
you
get
get
free rent.
Free rent.
Yeah,
Free
so
rent.
they,
Decorating your boots.
Oh,
decorating or having some holiday sort of, gift packaging and things like that. We put them into a drawing and they'll get a free month. So we'll pull.
Oh,
out
that's
the-
So everybody who does it goes in the
Everybody,
drawing. It's
yeah.
not a competition of who's better. It's a,
Right,
just a
right.
participation.
Mhm.
Okay.
that's a great idea.
Yeah, so we'll go around every week and. Should we get everybody's name?
And we'll email you the presentation that Faith did last week, or
Yeah.
at our last
Yeah,
meeting
it's
too,
really
because
good.
each
It's really
week is
good.
themed differently for some sort of holiday.
Please do,
Uh-huh.
because I'm sorry I missed
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we'll get it over to you.
Thank you, Faye. Very good. New business, there's just one thing that I wanted to bring up. The next meeting is scheduled for the 26th of November, which is the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. I won't be here,
Okay.
so Vice Chair Ganella would have to run the meeting if we want to meet.
Up to the board's
Well,
discretion.
I'm just
Let me-
concerned about getting people in before the holidays. So if we have a lot of
That's a
people,
good point.
a lot
I
of.
think it depends on whether or not you love the kids.
Okay, let's see what we have. If not, we'll do maybe just a special session via Zoom if it's
Say that 10
a small
times
group.
fast.
I know, it's like I could barely get it out once.
Maybe we could have a shortened meeting because we could just do the juring of the vendors and then maybe save the business portion for another
Yeah.
time.
That'd be a great idea.
Yeah.
Dan, you'll have to run the meeting. so.
Right.
The other one is our end of December meeting is Christmas Eve. So
I'll be here. No,
I think that one we probably want to.
Okay, sounds good.
yeah, I won't be here.
We'll try and push everything to your first meeting in November.
Does that?
December.
Oh,
December.
December.
Oh, yeah,
That's what I meant.
that's 24, yeah.
Good. I don't think there's any reports or requests, and Joy's not here for Main Street.
She missed a big, I mean, her business. is-
I know, it's
Right?
Crystal Fantasy.
I know,
It
right?
would have been the one for her.
I mean, it was one after the other.
Yeah.
Really.
Crystals, and more crystals.
I didn't know so many people mind their own. I've only heard one person in the entire time I've been here that mind their own.
Amethyst,
Uh-huh.
that she does it from Canada, the girl, Canada that does the jewelry.
Board member Idell is not here, but are we ready to go with the surveys?
So I emailed her to just, because she was ready to go with it, so I said, well, just to let me know, and I'll resend a new list for her, because we do have some new vendors. And when I did send the pre-email, that I had some email changes that I made.
Okay,
for
but then
address.
they're ready to go.
Yes, I'll resend it to them. That way I wanna make sure that all the new people get on there as well.
Good.
And I got a lot of responses from vendors saying, okay, I'm ready, yeah, I wanna.
Good.
From the introductory email that she sent out saying, hey, everybody be on the lookout,
Yeah.
this survey's
And
coming
so
your way.
they've been looking for it. Did you send it yet?
Yeah.
I
Good.
said, no, this is just letting you know ahead of time.
Can I ask a procedural question? If Lilypad, if they were here, they could have just represented and then we could have
Yeah.
voted them in, right? It's the
Yes,
fact that we said you don't have to come back with.
yes,
And we were short a few.
Yeah, I think we'll find a way to
we will.
make it.
Yeah, it'll be done.
Again, I wanted to say thanks to staff for the Halloween Village Fest.
It was fun, yeah.
Fabulous.
So-
I mean, it was just
Can
great
we
job.
comment on that?
1,000 bags.
I can tell you
Yeah,
one thing
yeah.
I'm surprised at.
Okay.
Just making a circle in the middle of the intersection, they had to walk into the center of it. If you remember what we used to do on Museum Way, didn't they walk up and onto something? It felt more
Oh,
produced.
our stage.
Yeah, so,
Yes, no, we lost that stage.
It broke.
Yeah.
oh, so, but if we had it, it would have been in the middle of the intersection.
What happened
They
to
have
it?
It broke.
Yeah, it lived a good life.
It's like,
Are
it's
we-
done.
Yeah.
Are we getting
Yeah.
Well, there's.
Yeah, a couple of people commented about that. It just seemed weird that you had to walk in the center of a circle of people and then no one else could see, you know.
Right.
Well, that happened last year too.
Yeah, we did it
I-
ground level
yeah.
last year too. Mhm.
But
Are we
everybody had a
looking
great-
for-
Until
For the
we
future to make
replaced
it
the
con-
stage,
Oh.
then, yeah.
So
'Cause it
until
was-
we meet you intend to,
What's that?
that means you intend to.
Oh, yes, for sure. Yeah.
Gotcha. Any other comments?
I just want to make a
Oh,
comment
yeah.
about, I want to make a
Yeah.
comment about, I think the quality of our vendors is
Yeah.
definitely increasing. I mean, we're getting some different people and I think people are gonna get re-excited
Yeah.
about being downtown.
Faith has been terrorizing the board, telling them we don't really want. Good job.
Thank you. Walking by, giving them
Yeah.
the thumbs down.
Oh, but this has just been phenomenal the last
That's
couple of
why.
times.
Yeah, there's a.
Yeah, today was especially good.
Especially today.
Yeah, I think that is, due to the event and how well it's doing and, you know.
Vendors
notoriety,
spreading the
seeing
word.
yeah,
That's the best resource
absolutely.
for new vendors is other vendors.
Yeah.
I got some funny comments back on the treat bags.
On the what?
Treat bags.
For
There were big
Halloween?
bags with a couple of things in it, and they were little trinkety things that were for like 5-year-olds, right? I mean,
Yeah.
okay, that's what it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
That's what we always.
Oh, so unfortunately, we had a lot of adults coming.
Yeah,
they
well, they're
shouldn't get
not.
invited.
So how come there's no candy in it?
Well,
Is that
can you
on
go to the
purpose?
booth and get the candy?
Oh, so
Every
wait a minute,
trick-or-treat.
we weren't even told that. So basically, that's the whole concept is that we get in the bag and then we say, make sure you bring this bag to all the different booths and they'll give you. Well, why weren't we telling them that?
We never
So
do.
much.
We never, I
Yeah.
just, I thought it
They
was
just sort of
understood.
intuitively know.
Well,
I
and
think I would
yeah,
say
the
that.
the bags are intended for young people.
Mhm.
They're not intended for adults.
I was wondering why the big bag with just a few little things in the bottom, why didn't we
Because we
have?
want you to go to the
Were
booth
you
to
giving
get all
the
the
big
candy.
bags to adults? Were you giving those bags? to
Well, there were some adults that were dressed that were coming up that were gonna be in the parade and they weren't always giving them a bag.
We never give, well, we haven't.
We always,
normally given
we
to
save
that.
them for the
For
kids,
the
and
kids.
then also for the costume contest, the
Right.
bags are geared towards the kids as well.
Right.
Okay.
And the adults were doing the Thursday on arenas.
Right.
That's what it should have been.
Oh,
Well, like we usually try, I mean, even if adults are good, if there's a kid in there, then yes, but even the prize bags are geared towards kids.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
not that the adults can't
Yeah.
come
That's okay. too.
enjoy,
No,
but,
that's fine,
it's
yeah.
it's for.
No, but now the bags make sense, they didn't make sense to me, these big bags with these couple little things in the bottom,
Yeah,
and then
'cause
they were
most
rolling them
people
up.
come with their treat bag, their
Yeah.
buckets,
Yeah,
but not
a lot of
everyone
them do.
does, yeah.
Oh.
We want them to walk and play.
I
all
wish
the
I would have known
games.
that, because we could have been saying that.
Yeah.
Making sense out, sorry.
Board member Idell sent me an email that this weekend is the Indian Wells Art Festival.
Mhm.
So if anybody's inclined,
It's on La Quinta?
Sorry,
La Quinta.
La Quinta.
I thought, yeah, it was La Quinta I'm coming to.
It's pretty high end.
Yeah.
Anybody's
I've been.
inclined to.
I
I
do
bet.
too. And we did create a
able to get
list
tickets?
of art shows for the next, I believe it took us through the end of April in the Coachella Valley, so we'll email that out to you.
I thought you guys were gonna try to get tickets for us or no?
We can, but I was gonna send the list and then you could tell me what you want.
I
So
wanted
I'm
to
just
La
not
Quinta
buying
one, but
tickets
that's gonna
for,
be-
This weekend.
Yeah, but that's this weekend. so-
can you send me an email? And I'll
Okay,
work on it.
yeah. Is it still possible to do that?
Yeah, if they have them available, for sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Alright.
absolutely.
And just one last thing in the spirit of disclosure, Jasmine and I met with Benji I, who works for the city, who's gonna work on marketing stuff for us.
Okay.
That's what he does for the city, and so that would be a real plus.
Yes, I mean, this last vendor, she had some really cool stuff.
Oh.
He said, send him some of our newer vendors.
The
that
rock
have
people.
unique.
The
who had
Rowdy
him
Rock
talk
thing,
to
yeah.
them. I
Mhm.
mean, wow,
Yeah.
what a story.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. Anything else? Motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
I.
Opposed? Great, thank you, everyone.
We're out.
Yeah.